I saw Party City is now at Staples.
Party City? No way!
So now Staples has all your printing needs and everything you need for a party.
Everything times 2.
And now at Staples, save 25% on all custom banners.
Party City is now at Staples.
That was easy.
Shop Staples in-store, online, or on the app. Some banners available same day when ordered by 12 p.m. Ins 8-1 exclusions apply.
America is turning 250 this year, and Circus Sports is celebrating by offering all users in Missouri $250. Dane Hughes here, and for everyone in Missouri, all you have to do is deposit $250 on your Circus Sports app. Then play through that deposit. Once you do, Circus Sports will reward you with $250 right in your account. This is available for everyone in Missouri, new and existing users. Celebrate 250 years and find out more at circusports.com today. Must be 21 or older in Missouri. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Join 96.5 The Fan staff at the Peanut on State Line tonight with kickoff set for 7 o'clock.
Royals coverage brought to you by Metal by the Foot, your metal project superstore.
Where can you find an extensive line of Blue Demon welding supplies, filler, rods, and wire? Metal by the Foot, located in Casey and Topeka. Online at metalbythefoot.com. When you need a piece of metal, remember, metal doesn't have to cost an arm or a leg, just the foot.
Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan. Brought to you by SWL Injury Law, the Car Crash Kings. It's what they do. Visit SWLinjurylaw.com.
A little slow on the Kansas side, 635 southbound, sluggish from Shawnee Drive to I-35. A typical slow spot for you for this time of morning. Otherwise, things moving pretty well all around town. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
Tobacco, football, and boots. He knows Bobby Bowden. He knows Pete Carroll. He likes the 3-4 defense. He's Jay Binkley.
Little audio trouble this morning, and the first time we get audio, this song. Can't make it up.
Football and booze. He knows Bobby Bowden. He knows Pete Carroll. He likes the 3-4 defense.
That's right, it's Jay Binkley time. Jay Binkley, are you ready to get America the F'd out tonight? You can just go red, white, blue, bald eagle, beer, chew, cuss, cause a little ruckus, not too much, but get ready for this USA team to win?
Hello, America.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, it's a ton of fun, man. You get the 4th of July in a couple days. You got America playing tonight. Doesn't get any better than this time of year.
No, it really doesn't, Jay. I mean, we've got it going on, and the one thing that we all know is you need a good snack. What's the perfect World Cup snack?
Yeah, also, Bob, it is 69 days away from football,
yes.
Which is a
nice,
glorious thing.
And the same number as the Royals' run differential, minus 69.
Oh, that's true? Okay, yeah, I didn't notice that. I think, honestly, Bob, when I was doing the Peanut out in Belton, at the watch party. Speaking of Team USA, you guys were there.
Yeah.
And I had the pretzels.
Oh.
And the soft pretzels go with it, but I didn't realize they had 2 different kinds. Like I went back to the Peanut the other day, and it was a different kind. You say pretzel bites or pretzel sticks. They're 2 different things, but they're both wonderful. And I was like, you know what? This really does go well with the World Cup. So I'm going to say soft pretzels and cheese would be my World Cup snack.
Okay. Soft what kind? Like you like a queso blanco, or do you want like the fake nacho cheese that we love?
Just that nacho cheese, you know, that stuff that crap we have at the stadium or whatever. And it's just that little side cup or whatever, and you got that, or when you go through a drive-through or whatever, that kind of cheese. Nothing fancy, just cheese.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of that fake cheese. I know what I'm getting myself into. Right? There's a few things I like. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, Binkley, if you don't have a 7, 22, or 14 on your jersey for the Royals, you can get traded?
I guess so. It's probably time to do some action. That it should be a very busy rest of the month for the Kansas City Royals, man. This is what you do, man. You put your foot down. You don't have feelings. You can't have feelings in sports, man. That's what gets you in trouble. That's what gets every GM in trouble when he goes for, the feelings of the fans, or we need this guy, he's a fan favorite. That's the stuff get you perpetually being an average team that draws good attendance. But if you want to win championships, you have to be willing to part ways with players. That's what a lot of teams just don't get.
Yeah, no, that is true. I mean, it was so obvious in the offseason. It was Cameron, it was Bubic. Both of those guys could have and should have been traded. And now here we sit, one's injured and one's we thought he would be no good. And so I think right now that's where the Royals missed their biggest job was this offseason, just basically sitting pat and not doing anything. And, if the Chiefs sat pat this offseason and didn't do anything, we'd be all over them too.
We can't sit pat. I don't know who
I know, exactly. That's the other thing. We sit pat, we're playing Fields. We don't want that. But, if the Chiefs went out there and didn't sign Ken Walker and didn't have, draft picks that we all got excited about to fill positions of need and all that kind of stuff, we'd be crushing the Chiefs. I mean, the Royals did nothing this offseason.
No, it's just one of those things in sports that, teams are so hesitant to do. Get rid of that aging player because it brings in fans. It holds on something to the past. And you've seen all sorts of teams do it. We saw Priest Holmes, getting a contract extension after they drafted Larry Johnson, and he was ready to go. I mean, clearly when he went out there, you drafted him in the first round, was ready to go. But so many teams hold on to guys for sentimentality. The fans love them, and that's what always gets you in trouble. It's the same thing as the myth of the trade deadline, or especially in football when it comes down to it. Oh, you got to make this deal or that deal. It's going to make your team better. That's bull crap. Teams are built in free agency and through the draft. Yeah, it's nice. Maybe you can add a piece there, but it's not a difference maker. Your teams are built already what we had through free agency and through the draft. Those months in the spring are when you build your football team. However good you are in the fall is what you did then, not then. But this big myth of trade deadlines and pieces and, super teams and all this. I mean, it sounds good. It looks good. But it's not. It's like one of those Wild West facade towns, right? It looks good on the outside, but in the back it's got like plywood holding it up.
Yeah, so speaking of the Chiefs, we did that question, I think it was like a week ago, like what Chiefs player really got you going into the fandom? And so, Binkley, you're up. Who is the Chiefs player that really got you going?
Well, it's somebody that went to the games when they had the turf and saw some bad years of Herman Hurd and Carlos Carson and Stephon Page.
You don't talk about Herman Hurd that way.
But just, Larry Moriarty, those guys. But Derek Thomas was the dude. I mean, he was the one, getting a superstar with the Kansas City Chiefs. Even though, you go out and you watch the team, trudge around, and go through the 80s and have $75 season tickets. But it was the rise, really, of Arrowhead when you think about tailgating, you think about Marty, you think about the Chiefs turning the corner in the perception of what they are in Kansas City. I looked at Derek Thomas. I mean, Derek Thomas was that guy. I mean, I know we look at Carl Peterson and Marty and these guys that kind of changed that persona and how we look at the Kansas City Chiefs. But it took a guy like Derek Thomas, man. It took that superstar to national stage because Kansas City didn't have that guy on the Chiefs. Yeah, they did on the Royals with George Brett, and that was great. But the Chiefs never had that guy, that superstar around the National Football League who did big things like the 7 sacks in a game, but it was always a guy to go watch. But that, to me, was the first guy on the stage for the Chiefs. You're like, man, the Chiefs have something. They've got a national superstar in the NFL. They have a Hall of Famer, future Hall of Famer with the Kansas City Chiefs. So, to me, it's always Derek Thomas. The one jersey I've ever bought for the Kansas City Chiefs has been Derek Thomas, and it's still the only one. But Derek Thomas was the dude.
You should wear that next time you're in studio.
Yeah,
that Derek Thomas jersey. I know you still have it.
It doesn't fit, Dust, man.
That's even better.
That's many pounds ago, Dust, man.
So I feel like something that's right up your alley is we got you for a little bit longer here. The Sorsby issue. He finally figured it out.
Yeah, it's so wild what happened to this kid. I mean, he had so much promise, and it's someone I think people overrated him though. I think they did through the whole process. I mean, we're talking about a guy that had decent numbers, but never eye-popping, never Heisman-type numbers, and I think people overhyped him, and especially down at Texas Tech, like this guy's, the next coming, this guy's got to play, man. You got to have Brendan Sorsby. But then the whole, he was going to sue the National Football League, was getting bad advice, and now he's cooled from that, and that's the right decision. to back off any kind of lawsuits to your future employers. Just lay low. That's the best thing for him, man. I mean, this whole PR thing turns everybody kind of against you, gives you a sour taste in your mouth because, you lose half your legal arm. When you go into this thing and you had Texas Tech behind you and all that money and the Texas Attorney General and everything else when they wanted you to play, but you lose half of that. And now you're just going to lawyers' advice, and he's doing the right thing, I feel, that, just go to just train, get ready for the draft next year, put all this other stuff aside, keep as low a profile as he can do. But finally, I feel like he's doing the right thing. I mean, there's been so many wrong things that he's done. He's gotten wrong advice all over the place. He was overvalued, I think, how good he actually is, and now just lay low. So finally, we can turn the page on Brendan Sorsby. And I feel like right now, he's finally doing the right thing.
You all right? You getting choked up about Brandon Sorsby?
No, I'm not getting choked up. It's called. Every once in a while it happens.
Yeah, it does. Me too. I get you. Yeah.
Well, Binkley, we appreciate.
You get choked up,
Yeah,
you do.
It
It's not about that. It's about, honestly, Bob, Dusty, he was chew going down the wrong spot.
I knew it from the start. Knew the chew.
The morning chew, man. The morning chew got me. I'm going to be honest with you. It did.
Well, Binkley, I'm glad you can chew it and just do it. So, Binkley, we appreciate it. We'll talk to you next week and enjoy Team USA tonight against Bosnia.
Oh, man, I'm going to have fun. It has been fun watching Team USA, and it's not going to stop, man. This is the team that's going to win it all. I know we're talking France and all this. Team USA is the one that's going to win it all.
Okay, we got you on record. Thank you, Big. We'll talk to you next week.
All right, guys.
That is Jay Binkley. Coming up, it's nostalgia and all the wrong reasons for the Kansas City Royals. 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
Good morning, Kansas City. It's Jack Caglione, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty. Weekday mornings starting at 6 right here on 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. 96.5 The Fan.
Well, it is July. We've got 4th of July coming up, and we are in the heat of summer right now, and joint pain is awful when you're the person who's fighting through it. But I'm betting you aren't the only one who is affected by your joint pain. Maybe someone you love struggles with joint pain, and if you see it and they don't know what to do, you tell them to go see my friends over at QC Kinetics, because it is July, the days are long, and everybody wants to be outside moving, playing, and living. And you're probably sitting it out. You know what? Let's talk about getting your life back. At QC Kinetics, that's what's happening every day. People who were stuck in the cycle of pain in their hips, knees, shoulders, and back, they're finally stepping out of it with regenerative treatments done right in their office. No surgery, no long recovery, or putting life on hold has to happen. Just real relief. The inflammation eases and the pain lets go. We hear it all the time, not just from patients, but from the people around them. Hey, he's back. She's back to herself again. So if this sounds like you or someone you love, go find out what's possible. QC Kinetics offers a free consultation. So call them today, 816-412-6299. That's 816-412-6299. Off 435 in State Line and in Gladstone, 816-412-6299.
Hey, it's Dusty Likens, and you know baseball is underway. I know it. You know it. I've seen all your gorgeous pictures, and you know I'm referencing Surfside iced tea and vodka or a Surfside lemonade and vodka. They're smooth, and they're refreshing and perfectly made for game day. Surfside is the perfect match for the ballpark or catching the game at home. Surfside is only 100 calories with 0 bubbles, so it goes down easy with 0 troubles. It's not a seltzer. It's Surfside. Proud partner of the Kansas City Royals. Must be 21 and older. Please drink responsibly.
Baseball season is in full swing, and that means the summer heat is coming. The guys at Climate Control have been serving KC homeowners for over 35 years, and they know how to get your cooling system ready to handle our scorching hot summer weather. Stay cool and comfortable this summer. Call Climate Control today at 816-265-2830. 816-265-2830 for all your cooling, heating, and plumbing needs. Don't wait. Visit ClimateControlKC.com today. Climate Control Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
The burrito is fire.
Hi, this is Maya.
And I'm Antonio. And the little thing we love about the Chick-fil-A hash brown scrambled burrito
is that it fuels our morning.
It's the full package.
You have the chicken, you have the eggs, and then you add these hash browns for a nice little crunch.
The chicken's always nice. It's crispy, it's juicy. And the cheeses, they melt together in a beautiful way.
And it gives me energy. It's perfect.
Order the Chick-fil-A Hash Brown Scramble Burrito and Simply Orange Juice on the Chick-fil-A app today. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/team. That's ZipRecruiter.com/team.
ZipRecruiter. You don't have to carry everything on your own. Whether you're dealing with stress, anxiety, depression, substance use, or thoughts of suicide, talking to someone can help. And help is available 24/7 through the 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. You can call or text 988 anytime to connect with a trained mental health professional. 988 is free, confidential, easy to remember, and available anytime, anywhere, to anyone. Call or text the 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. No judgment, just help. Brought to you by Duke's Real Mayo.
This is the Duke's Country Song. It's a song about award-winning chefs, yes, chef, and why they choose Duke's Mayo. Get Duke's Mayo in store. It's got twang.
Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan. Brought to you by SWL Injury Law, the Car Crash Kings. It's what they do. Visit SWLinjurylaw.com.
North KC, 169 Highway southbound, a little sluggish from 9 Highway to the airport exit. Grandview Triangle, things look good. 435 westbound, slow rolling from about Holmes over past Warnell. Kansas side, 635 southbound, sluggish approaching I-35. Allen Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
This is Michael Waka from the Kansas City Royals, and you're listening to 96.5 The Fan.
KFNZ FM and AM, HD1 and HD2 Kansas City, an Odyssey sports station. Welcome into Fescoe and Dusty.
I mean, come on, guys. What are we doing here?
A show that, analytically, exists between 6 and 10 weekday mornings on Kansas City's only FM sports station, 96.5 The Fan.
Oh, buddy.
Live from the studios that brought you.
Hey, what's going on, man?
Here's Bob Fescoe and Dusty Likens.
Well hit, deep center. Back goes DeLuca to the wall and gone, Bobby Witt Jr. So it's a 2-home run game for Witt. And he is 3 out of 4, and now Bob with a dozen home runs. That makes it a 10-4 Tampa Bay advantage.
That is Denny Matthews on the call. You can hear Royals baseball all season long here on 96.5 The Fan, as we are your home for the Kansas City Royals. 2026 is very nostalgic in all the wrong ways, but one. And that is, there is a chance that Bobby Witt Jr. could win the MVP, but he's going to have to do some serious you-know-what to get that. The people that are ahead of him right now, according to different fan graphs and algorithms out there, number 1 is Yordan Alvarez. Number 2 is Nick Kurtz. Number 3 is Bobby Witt Jr. And that man that plays third base is absolutely destroying the Royals in Junior Caminero is in the running as well. I say he's got to do something serious. And what I mean by that is that he is going to have to hit 30 home runs, steal 50 bases, hit 3-something, and have, 45 certain amount of doubles. And you could say, well, how is he going to? Well, Yordan Alvarez is a DH. So I think Vern is said that if he's going to win MVP, he's going to have to win the Triple Crown, just because that's the serious stuff he's going to have to do. And I know Bobby Witt Jr. is on a losing team. So is Yordan Alvarez. I don't know if the A's are going to continue to keep winning and somehow survive in that horrible division in the AL West. But either way, those are your 3 numbers. And the reason why I feel like this is a nostalgic season in all the wrong ways is my whole life growing up, hardly ever did the Royals get to July 4th when the season mattered. You're now at the July 1st date. We were at the 1st of July. August 3rd is the trade deadline, and you're talking about how many people you can actually sell away, not how many people you can go get, right? And it's also kind of nostalgic to me because this reminds me of 2009 all over again. Why are you watching? Well, I'm watching because I want to see if Bobby Witt Jr. can do something special. Last night, you heard Denny Matthews on the call, 3 for 4, 2 home runs, hits a pretty big shot to left in his first at bat or his second at bat,
and then hits a 420-plus footer to center field in the second at-bat. That's cool. Bobby Witt Jr. is, going to be one reason why many people will continue to watch Carter and Cags as well, as we saw Carter Jensen's first pitch he saw last night, which I thought this was a really cool story. He has to, when he leads off, get out of the catcher's box, or the catcher, the stuff, go to the dugout, completely get rid of it, and get right back in there because we're on such a quick pace in baseball, and yet he's still producing. 20-game hit streak for him. Obviously, Cags in the month of June has been great. Now he's like 1 for 19 in his last 20 at-bats, but that's what he's going to be. He's going to be 260 to 270, but hopefully hit you 30 to 40 home runs a season. But this is what this season feels like. Bobby Witt Jr. is going to start the All-Star game at shortstop. At least that's what voting would show. He's survived the next wave. The All-Star game is 2 weeks from today, or from yesterday. And if you're going to make that splash MVP, you're going to have to do something special in the All-Star game as well, because we saw what happened when he was in the home run derby, the uptick that it took in his career. He was already a superstar, but that kind of elevated him even further up. Him doing something great in the All-Star game, also starting at shortstop, as Haas will call him, the American shortstop, or America's shortstop. But it's one of those nostalgic seasons and all the wrong reasons.
It really is. And I don't know how many fans even really care about the MVP and all that stuff at this point in time, because from 2009, at least we kind of knew that year wasn't going to be good for the Royals, right? And then Greinke did his thing, and you were watching every fifth day, and you knew what was going to happen, and you knew you were going to get Zach Greinke every fifth day, so you could kind of channel in on a couple of those games. But I think this Royals fan base, quite frankly, and this is me speaking, and if I'm speaking for the Royals fan base, great. If I'm not speaking for you, that's fine too. You guys are always free to, weigh in on the text line and the phone lines as well. But I think the Royals are done, the Royals fan base are done with coddling this team, as they said in Major League, right? It's time to really start to dissect this organization and really see where they are. And I just think talking about Bobby and him having a nice season just kind of falls on deaf ears for a lot of people around, the Royals fan base, because of the expectation that were there. And it's really interesting. Like with the Chiefs and with the NFL, we are hard on our teams, right? But with the Royals, it seems like we're always here with kid gloves and go, oh, let's try it this way, or ooh, they just missed by this, and we're giving this organization constantly benefits of the doubt that they have not earned, and so that's why I think right now with this Bobby stuff, it's great that he's having a good season, and Carter and Cags, but it's about team success, and until team success gets here for this organization and sustained legitimate team success, I just don't think these awards matter, because I look at what Bobby's doing this year, and he's probably going to be third or fourth in the MVP voting. Did anybody ever go back and look at Mike Sweeney's 2000 season and why he wasn't in the MVP category? A conversation why he finished 20th in MVP voting in the year 2000? He played in 159 games, which is almost all of them. Hit .333, 29 home runs, franchise record 144 RBIs, 206 hits, an on-base percentage of .407. He slugged .523 and had an OPS of .930. His 2002 season, he missed 40 games because of injury, but still hit .340, 24 home runs, 86 RBIs, .414 on base, .563 slugging, .977 OPS. Those 2 years were absolute bangers for Mike Sweeney, and he didn't finish above the top 20 in MVP in either one of those, and they say because of lack of team success. And I can't get excited about individuals right now when the team is in such bad shape.
Was 2000, was that Manny Ramirez that won MVP?
I can't remember who won it that year.
Because that's back when numbers were egregious.
Yeah.
So, Mike Sweeney put up really good numbers, but there were guys out there that were, in the American League putting up nasty numbers. That might have been the Miguel Tejada MVP numbers.
Tejada was 2002, I believe, that when he won the MVP that year. Giambi won it in 2000.
Steroids.
Yeah. But even still, let take the steroid era out. Everybody was playing.
Giambi played for the A's?
Giambi was an Oakland Athletic that year.
And what was their record? Could have been great, right?
No, that was when
they had good. Hudson, Mulder, Zito.
That's when they had those. So Sweeney that year finished 11th. In the All-Star, or the MVP voting. Yeah, here are the two major things that kept them out of the top 10. The Royals record, 77 and 85. Back then, MVP voters almost exclusively heavily rewarded players on playoff teams. Giambi's A's. Frank Thomas finished second with the White Sox. A-Rods all made the postseason that year. And then insane offensive environment. The year 2000 was the absolute peak of the steroid era. The league-wide ERA in the American League was 491 that year. Let's get back to that era.
Yeah, juice them up. Speaking of teams,
Nomar hit 372 that year, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Now, juice doesn't help the batting average, but, it helps the power numbers that were so huge.
For sure. Here's team success. This is the Spanish call of Mexico's opening goal that will send chills down your spine.
Fuera de juego, Julián Quiñones va a ir a encarar al área, se mete Julián, el primero de México puede ser Julián.
Let me ask you guys this. The Mexico equivalent, they broke a 40-year curse winning in the knockout round. What's the American equivalent of that?
Getting to the Elite Eight.
Is it only in soccer, though? I'm talking all sports. Like, where would we have it would have to be soccer because we have expectations where we win everything, right? Soccer would have to be that. Like, if we get to the Final Four or something like that to have that kind of reaction. Like, what's the American equivalent of what happened in Mexico last night? Do we even have that? And it's fine to say we don't.
I think you've seen it in your lifetime. I don't.
The USA?
I agree, Dusty.
Yeah.
Yes.
Team USA, but that was 1980. I was barely 3. I wasn't 3 at that point. And that thing, guys, was on tape delay. Nobody watched like we did. My dad, I remember, he tells the story of being in his office and people spreading word. They were listening on the radio that we beat the Russians, but it wasn't anything like we have like with these organized watch parties and stuff like that. But yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe we've already seen that. I don't know.
I mean, do you believe in miracles?
Yeah.
There you go. Coming up on the other side, Nathan takes away with one word, but also we get into 69 days away from the NFL season here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for the Kansas City Chiefs.
You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty, analytically the best morning radio show in Kansas City, as voted by people.
There's a lot of people talking out of their butt.
Fescoe and Dusty is brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. 96.5 The Fan.
Well, I'll tell you, my friends at Golden Oak Lending have been part of our family for like the last decade or so, even longer than the last decade. And we love working with Golden Oak Lending because they're always out there working for us. There's not a lot of heavy lifting that we have to do with Golden Oak Lending. Once we had our free mortgage checkup, 10 or 11 years ago, we were in the Golden Oak family. And as family members do, they're always looking to help you out. So they're always finding ways to try to save you money on your mortgage. Lower rates come out, they call and they say, hey, there's great low rates out right now. How would you like to refinance? That's the customer service and the difference you get with Golden Oak Lending. They're truly a part of your family. And it all starts with that free mortgage checkup. It's risk-free. There's no paperwork or credit card required. It's just a phone conversation where you tell Golden Oak Lending all about your financial life and where you want to go. Then they get to work. And at Golden Oak Lending, the average cash-out customer saves $1,104 per month. Plus, with Golden Oak Lending, you'll go 2 months without having to make a mortgage payment. So call them now and take that free mortgage checkup. 913-890-GOLD. That's 913-890-GOLD. And let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the DM Injury Law Studios. Mike's got this.
Car, truck, or motorcycle wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
816-888-7500. Mike's got this. Lawman. Jungle Law.
It's the Lawman. If you've been injured in a motor vehicle accident, call me ASAP. 816-816-9111. I recovered millions for my clients. Take it away.
The Lawman gets results. Jungle Law team. Call the Lawman. Let the fight begin. The Lawman gets results. Jungle Law.
Come see me get roasted August 1st at 7 p.m. at the Uptown Theater. Go to junglelaw.com for details.
The choice of a lawyer shouldn't be based on advertisements.
Hi, I'm Michaela, your friend and jeweler at Shane Company. You found your dream engagement ring. As a jewelry consultant, I recommend to start shopping for your wedding band 6 months before your big day. Don't worry. At Shane Company, we're here to help you find the perfect bands. Our men's and women's bands are crafted to high-quality standards, and it shows in every detail, with a stylish design and comfortable fit. At Shane Company, we'll take care of your engagement ring and wedding bands for life, because a friend wants you to say, I do, to your rings again and again. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
For all the things you have to do and places you need to be, let Uber take you there. Because you had just one more 3 rounds ago. Because the 5 a.m. flight seemed like a good idea at the time. Because check engine lights always appear at the worst possible times. And because parking downtown is a nightmare. Because there are nights out, airport trips, and car troubles in your area, there are drivers in your area. Uber. Request a ride today. Wait time varies. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details.
If you own a small business, the pressure never lets up. Something's always coming at you. That's why business owners turn to LendSeek for funding.
I don't need promises. I need options. LendSeek's AI platform showed me real funding choices. Now I can cover payroll, handle taxes, and go after growth opportunities without the daily stress.
Up to $5 million with funding in as fast as 24 hours. No upfront costs. No prepayment penalties. Start ready, stay ready. LendSeek.com. LendSeek.com.
I'm Piera Palazzolo, VP of Digital Marketing for the American Management Association, a company focused on the management training skills needed to enhance the careers of business professionals. We did our research when it came to the best companies for website development and chose AmericanEagle.com. And we couldn't be happier. AmericanEagle.com worked closely with us to understand the front and back end requirements needed to launch an e-commerce website that could handle the complexities of running thousands of seminars nationwide. Our robust new website and improved SEO saw immediate increases in site traffic and web revenue. If you're in need of managerial effectiveness and success, visit our website at amanet.org. If you're in need of a website that provides an unparalleled consumer experience, I highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Transform your business today. Dial 877-WEB-NOW1 for a free digital consultation with AmericanEagle.com.
Our nation's 250th birthday calls for a really big party. And Hy-Vee is here to help with really big savings on everything you need. Load up the grill with tender baby back ribs, just $3.28 a pound. Whole seedless watermelon, only $4.48. Frito-Lay chips for $2. And Pepsi 8-pack bottles or 12-pack cans, just $3.99. Stock up on your favorite beer, wine, and spirits and get the party started. This Wednesday through Sunday, only at Hy-Vee.
Soccer Fever is in Kansas City, and Hy-Vee is your headquarters for official merchandise, apparel, tailgate, and watch party needs. And Hy-Vee makes game day so easy. They have ready-to-go wings, pizza, party trays, charcuterie, and, of course, all those delicious sweet treats. If you're planning a cookout, great. Hy-Vee's special recipe brats, burgers, and steaks are the best. Check out their Match Day Meat Bundle for only $30. And don't forget about Hy-Vee's wine and spirits department. For all of your game day needs, count on Hy-Vee.
Hey, it's Carter Jensen, and this is your home for Royals baseball, 96.5 The Fan.
Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan. Brought to you by SWL Injury Law, the Car Crash Kings. It's what they do. Visit SWLInjuryLaw.com.
North KC, 29 southbound, off again on against sluggish from 16th Avenue into downtown. Grandview Triangle, things look pretty good. Getting on to 435 westbound, a little sluggish, and then 435 westbound is slow rolling from 103rd to the state line. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
So, I've got to ask because this just screams Bob Fescoe, Nathan. So, Dextero, I don't know if you follow that on X.
I've seen that, yeah.
Or Dexter 2, or however you want to say that. God bless you.
Thank you.
A wedding reception ended in gunfire after an argument over a plate of meatballs. Police say the dispute began when a groomsman ate the meatballs with his hands.
What a pig. Anybody do anything like that at your wedding?
The group, like, off
besides
the
guy who
buffet
asked us
line?
what was wrong with Josh Simmons?
Yeah, I would assume that there was, like a little table, and he's just over there just handing it himself.
I still have an idea of who asked you guys about that at the wedding. Yeah, that was sorry again about that. No, look, if the groom paid for this, I at least will hear him out. But you got to have your own separate
Groomsmen.
deal. Oh, groomsmen.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you said groom.
No, groomsmen.
Yeah, that's
tough.
And he's probably not in a good headspace at that point in the day either, right? He's probably far gone.
Okay, so let me read it again, Dusty.
Yeah.
Read it again, what he did.
Police say the dispute began when a groomsman ate the meatballs with his hands.
Okay, what kind of meatballs are we talking? Okay, are we talking like those sweet and sour ones you get around the holidays, that everybody has in the crock pot? Are we talking straight meatballs that have a dipping sauce? Are we talking big meatballs that are all coated in sauce? There's a lot of ways you can go. If it's those little meatballs, I'm not absolving this at all. I can understand why the guy would probably take a meatball out of there. Once somebody says don't double dip the chip, you don't double dip the chip and you move on and you respect the manners. The fact that this guy probably got mad that somebody told him to stop grabbing the balls with his hands, I mean, let's go.
Well, there's two. Yeah, someone had to tell him to stop grabbing the ball. So there's two scenarios here to me. One
if
is
somebody came up to you and you went up to somebody at your wedding and said, "Stop grabbing those balls with your hands," what would you'd listen, right? You don't want somebody grabbing your balls with their hands at your wedding.
Meatballs.
If I'm in public anywhere, anytime, let alone my wedding, I'd say hands off the balls.
Yeah.
But either they're covered in sauce and you need something to pick them up with, and so it's like obscene that you're doing it, or you're just picking it up, eating it, and then going right back to the dip again.
You think he's doing the finger thumb lick after every one? Like,
oh God, yeah, and
That's
then
what I'm
back
picturing.
in. Yeah, I mean, at least now, did you have little toothpicks available for these people, or did you just have a tray of meatballs out there? But either way, I mean, don't be a slob.
Also, you don't need to get to gunfire.
This is why I get buffets bother me, because people do this kind of stuff and you don't know it. Like, you don't know what people do at buffets.
We do know that we are 69 days away. Nice. From the NFL season to begin. Like, I was watching, it was on NFL Network during a commercial break. It was Peyton's revenge game. It was 2014 Week 1 Colts Broncos.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, wow, that was 14 years ago. Or that was 12 years ago.
Yeah, that's
and
insane.
Andrew Luck and Peyton Manning are going head to head.
Wow. It seems like yesterday.
It was crazy, and it was fun to watch because Reggie Wayne was catching passes from Andrew Luck, who had just spent 9 years catching passes from Peyton Manning, you'd think. But with 69 days out from the NFL season, but what I was saying is on the bottom ticker on NFL Network, it was like everybody's Week 1. Everyone's preseason game. It's like August, whatever is blah, blah, blah. Chiefs and Rams are playing August, whatever. And I'm like, man, we are almost here. Less than 70 days away. In fact, 69 days away from the NFL season. And the question that we get is what NFL figure is under the most pressure this season, team-wise? You can go player, coach, team.
Anything. You could go commissioner. You could go owner. Any direction that you want to go in this.
So I chose a player, a coach, and a team.
Okay.
The player I think that's under the most pressure in this season for the NFL season is Lamar Jackson.
It's a good one. Really good one.
They shipped off your coach.
Yep.
They put the franchise basically in your possession. You and Harbaugh, the love, it lustered out. Like it was
done. Yeah.
Time to move on. And they moved on from Harbaugh. He's obviously in New York. Lamar is now the face, though he always has been, but I mean, not always, but he has been their player, 2-time MVP quarterback winner.
Who is the bigger face of Baltimore? It's probably Ray Lewis, I think, when you think about it, when it's all said and done. He's the number one Raven, right?
Yeah, probably of all time, but I mean, Lamar's a 2-time MVP
and he's probably
winner,
number 2 on your list, right?
And obviously Ray's got the history and all the however you want to look at Ray Lewis. Coach-wise, I said it's Zach Taylor. Everyone in your division got fired or got sent away. Tomlin, Harbaugh, and obviously Stefanski in Cleveland. Zach Taylor, you got to keep your job. And it seems every year Cincinnati starts off their season in a lull. They start off 2-4. They start off 1-4. They start off 2-5. And it's like, well, now I got to go win 8 in a row. And then Burrows end up getting hurt. And then somebody's not on the same page. There's something going on. So I think Zach Taylor as a coach has the most pressure because I feel like this is it, right? This has got to be it, right? Harbaugh's gone, Tomlin's gone, Stefanski's gone. Multiple Coach of the Year honors. Zach Taylor, what are you going to do this year with the Cincinnati Bengals, who have now been, revamped? They think their offense is supposedly going to be one of the better ones, and Burrow's supposedly healthy going into the season, thinking that this could be a lot like that 2019 LSU offense with the explosiveness that they have. And they do have good pieces on offense, right? They've got Chase, Higgins, Chase Brown, and Gesicki at tight end. That should be a pretty good foursome, I guess you could say, for that team. Team-wise, under the most pressure to me is New England. Was last year a fluke. the Rossini and Vrabel thing in the offseason.
Which is still going. Now the videos are starting to come out.
Yeah, she's breaking stories. That's why she's getting pulled over on her phone.
And the fact that the whole part of the story that disgusts me the most, you had your two little kids in the back seat and you're texting and driving about a football coach getting fired. Have your priorities in line, lady.
Or just pull over to the side of the road.
Pull over to the side of the road and pull into a parking lot and do that.
Yeah. And so I would say player-wise, Lamar, coach-wise, Zach Taylor, team-wise, New England, just because you got to the Super Bowl and you lost, you have your franchise quarterback. You would think you have your franchise coach. You've got a second-year running back coming in to kind of, in Amari and Hampton. And wait, he's not their running back. That's in the Chargers. But you have a team that you should put together. Plus, you also went and got A.J. Brown. You got the hottest free agent in the market this offseason, I believe. And now what are you going to do with that, especially with all the scandal that's gone on the offseason in all the wrong ways? And let's see if you can turn the page and start a new era for New England football, because I think that's where that pressure will start, because people will forget that you were not good for 3 years or so when you had different coaches and you brought in Vrabel. Now he gets you to the Super Bowl. But then the offseason happens. So those would be my three that I chose when it comes to, pressure or NFL figure or figures under pressure in the season.
Yeah, it's a lot. Nathan, we'll get to yours here in just 1 second. I kind of went along the same lines as you, but completely different, if that makes sense, because I got a player, a coach, and a team as well. And for my player, it's Jalen Hurts this year. I think there's mass amounts of pressure on Jalen Hurts. They told you that A.J. Brown, or they're telling us, I should say, that A.J. Brown was the problem with that team. And so they moved on from A.J. Brown, which is an unbelievable wide receiver who is fantastic. They've had multiple offensive coordinators now. So now it's on Jalen Hurts. I mean, it's time to go out there and show everybody if you are the guy or if you're a win with guy and not a win because of guy. So I think there's a lot of pressure on Jalen Hurts, and there's going to be a lot of pressure on Jalen Hurts too from his fan base. Those guys are going to get rowdy in Philadelphia from day one if they don't like what they see from Jalen Hurts. For coach, I'm going with Kevin O'Connell. I think he's on the hot seat right now because he did a nice job with Sam Darnold, obviously, and a great job with Kirk Cousins. But if J.J. McCarthy was the guy that he truly picked and now they're already moving on from him, he better find a way to have Kyler Murray play good football. Otherwise, his quarterback whisperer title is going to take a severe hit. So I think Kevin O'Connell, from a coach standpoint, is under a lot of pressure. And then I got Denver under a lot of pressure because we've all seen teams in sports that get this close and believe the only reason they didn't win was because of one minor injury or major injury, if you will, the Bo Nix thing. And if Bo was there, we'd be fine. Our team's fantastic. Sometimes you get, false bravado and you think you're better than you are. And I think that's where Denver was last year. And I'm hoping they fall into a lull where they think they've arrived and they get knocked right in the mouth on opening night.
Honorable mention to the Rams, because obviously a super team. Yeah. Yes, they have pressure. If I was going to go player, coach,
had they been in a
organization,
different market, though, I think there would be more pressure. It's the L.A. market. There's not a lot of pressure from fans there.
Or if they were just one of LA's, like they were the Dodgers, or the Lakers. Player, coach, team, Josh Allen, Joe Brady, and the Bills.
Oh, wow. All together. Wow.
For better or worse, whether he's earned it or not, and I don't think Aaron Judge has earned it, Josh Allen is the Aaron Judge of baseball, the guy that has this reputation for doing things we've never seen in the regular season and just can't get it done in the playoffs. Right. It was a choke job in Denver last year. And then, just like you said, the Eagles blamed A.J. Brown, the Bills blamed Sean McDermott. I think he was the last guy to blame in that organization over there. So I think that's the most pressure in this upcoming season.
Brandon Bean!
One word.
First name is blank, and he goes on a cruise. He goes on a Caribbean cruise.
Katie Holmes.
No! Ah!
Are you listening?
What's your least favorite thing about working with yourself?
Body odor. You get one word.
On the count of three, name your favorite dinosaur. 1, 2, 3. Velociraptor.
This is one word on Fescoe and Dusty.
1, 2, 3.
Oatmeal raisin.
That's right, it is one word. It's brought to you by Maloney's, the Sand Trap, and the Landing. 3 great local spots, delicious food, cold drinks, and TVs galore to watch everything from your sports teams to Team USA. They all 3 have outdoor patio seating to enjoy the nice evening weather. I don't know if you want to get out there in the afternoon, but evening weather, it gets to be quite nice. And don't forget, right now, at Maloney's, you can get the honey mustard chicken wrap, fried chicken rolled in a flour tortilla with romaine, tomatoes, and their house-made honey mustard dressing served with your choice of fries and chips for just $10. Or, how about this one? You can get Maloney's Stromboli.
What?
That's right. you can get Maloney Stromboli.
No, that's not real.
Yes, it is. Maloney Stromboli comes with mozzarella cheese, Italian sausage, pepperoni, and green peppers rolled in pizza dough and baked crispy. Served with a side of marinara for just $13 if you want Maloney Stromboli.
Just walk in there and scream, I want Maloney's Stromboli.
And you'll get it.
We are hard.
The honey mustard wrap does sound delicious. All jokes aside, that sounds fantastic.
It's another one of those days where you have to eat something like that because it's too damn hot to eat anything else.
Oh, my gosh. You'll be inside tonight for the watch party for the U.S. men's national team. They'll take on Bosnia with a trip to the round of 16 on the line. One word about what's at stake tonight.
A lot. That's the one word. I mean, this is a game for the first time, I feel like, in this type of stage, the United States as a fan base, very confident and very cocky for this one. The United States men's team, go out there and take care of business. Let us live that cockiness tonight and go out there and beat Bosnia.
Fun would be my one word. I think tonight's going to be fun. I mean, this would be a game that I think the United States should win. I think they're the better team on the pitch. But I think you should all just have fun watching this because it's meaningful soccer in the World Cup, and your team is there as they are minus 250 to win tonight in 90 minutes.
Favorite, man. Wow.
So go out there and do what you're supposed to do, and that's win.
Yeah, a team that's already advanced. We've touched on it a little bit here in terms of the celebrations for Mexico knocking off Ecuador. We should have talked to Jay Binkley about this. I don't know if you guys have heard his qualms with the Ecuador's head coach and his style. It would have taken the whole segment. It's probably good we didn't. Anyway.
Jay Binkley's now breaking down style of soccer?
He is livid about what the Ecuador coach wears. He needs to wear a suit and tie.
Clothing.
Yes.
I thought you meant the style of play.
No.
Okay.
His dress.
He
Anyway.
looks like the Jungle Law guy, the Ecuador coach. Yeah.
He does. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Jay doesn't like the sweatpants and the other stuff. I got some text about that. Yeah.
It was a scene at Power and Light last night, obviously down in Mexico where the fans are celebrating. Just one word on sort of the atmosphere around this Mexico team that you saw last night after the win.
Incredible. You really get an opportunity to see how much sports means to other countries when we get events like the World Cup and the Olympics. And, the other countries don't have teams like we do. We've got 4 teams here just in Kansas City alone. That's not the way it works. So the national teams are the big teams, in other countries. And I thought it was awesome to see that last night, man. Congrats to Mexico, who moves on out of this round for the first time in 40 years.
Yeah, it was electric to see those celebrations because obviously Power and Light was absolutely lit up. The actual area where the game was electric. They win 2-0 against Ecuador, and you'd have thought they were celebrating their bicentennial. It was nuts. It was great to see it. I love when this sort of stuff happens because nobody's worried. Nobody's got an issue. Everyone's there to have a good time. It's like when we did the Orange March. All 3 of us were there. Didn't know anybody there except the people we were with. But yet I thought we all knew each other, and nobody was mad. Nobody's like, stop bumping into me. It was just like, that happens. Keep going. Light up a smoke grenade or whatever it was, the orange smoke they had, the smoke bombs, whatever they were. But yeah, seeing that scene from the Mexico fans last night all over the world was great to see because that's what this tournament does. It brings out your inner child of fandom, and you don't care.
The team with the best run differential in baseball, the New York Yankees, they're on a little bit of a skid here. They've lost 6 games in a row. They're now 2.5 games back of the Rays, who we're all familiar with. One word on this 6-game losing streak for the Yankees.
June. This is the circle of life for the Yankees. Start out great, get injuries. June happens, go through that swoon, get bored, all-star break, talk about firing Aaron Boone, rebound, losing the playoffs. I mean, that's the kind of the cycle of life for that team. Every June they hit this streak, man.
Yeah, I would say for them, I will give them the excuse of injuries because they have a lot. I think Austin Wells is out. Max Fried is out. Aaron Judge is out. Giancarlo Stanton is out.
Yeah.
Just a lot of injuries that plagued them. Now, luckily for them, they started off on such a hot heater that they're okay to have this. But Bob's right. We do this in, right before the All-Star break. The Yankees tend to slip. Now, if this continues, because Tarek Skubal went out there last night, I think 6 innings, 1 hit, 9 strikeouts. And they're just not hitting right now. But again, this is that transitional time where it's like, just get us to July 13th so we can get the week off and then rebuild and come back. I don't know what Aaron Judge is going to do. I know the rib thing's still there. It said on his graphic last night on TBS. Time will return, unknown.
Yeah.
Giancarlo Stanton restarting running. I think Yankees fans that I believe that I encounter with, they don't even consider him on the team. When he comes back, cool, man. Like, that's fine. But you're not really somebody that we believe is going to get us there, even though when he was in the playoffs with the Royals losing the ALDS, he absolutely destroyed the Royals.
Yep.
But again, I think that's just the attitude they have. They need Judge to get back. They need one more pitcher. I mean, they've got Schlittler. He got lit up last night. Either he was tipping pitches or something.
Somebody, Frank Gore was calling him out last night for that.
He's like, he's throwing 97 up and away, and these guys are taking hacks. Like, you should know that's coming every time.
Right.
They knew it was coming every time. He had never given up 3 home runs in a game. He went 3 in 1 inning last night. Something wasn't right.
Something was definitely not right last night. You could definitely see that. One more note about baseball. I don't know if you knew this because I was today years old when I found this out. Did you know Bobby Bonilla has also been getting $500,000 a year from the Orioles too?
Yeah, somebody had mentioned that.
I didn't know that. From 04 to 28, he's also getting not only the $1.19 million from the Mets every year, but he's also getting $500,000 from the Orioles on this date every single year. What a smart guy to get that contract.
Yeah, he walked so Shohei could run. Dusty, in addition to the guys you mentioned, Trent Grisham and Jazz Chisholm are also out.
Yeah.
So the whole team's hurt, and they're 11 games above 500. That's interesting.
That's interesting,
yeah. Last one for you here. ESPN published an article. Ben Solak listed some bold predictions for the 2026-27 season, one of which is the Chiefs to miss the playoffs again. He said they got better, but not enough. One word on Ben Solak's prediction.
Wrong.
Yeah. I mean, bold would be my one word. I mean, we'll see. I mean, what do they always say? There's 4 teams that made it that won't, and there's 4 teams that didn't that will.
Yeah.
And we can have that discussion maybe tomorrow of like taking their 4 teams that didn't make the playoffs that will this year and the 4 teams that did won't, because it's every year. That's
50% turnover.
That's why we love the NFL. Because there's a salary cap, because there are, roster ramifications, because there are trades, because there are teams that see a 6-11 on their stat sheet and say, yeah, we're not doing that anymore.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it's a bold prediction. But I mean, I'm not going to hate anybody's prediction come June 30th or July 1st when it comes to the NFL because nobody knows.
Nobody knows.
We don't even have any injuries left. We don't have anything like that yet. So bold, but I don't know if I believe it. That is one word, brought to you by Maloney's, the Sand Trap, and the Landing. 3 great local spots. They have all the delicious food, TVs galore, and patio seating to enjoy the wonderful summer evenings. And don't forget, right now at Maloney's, you can get the honey mustard chicken wrap. This goes till July 15th. So today until the 15th, honey mustard chicken wrap, fried chicken, rolled in a flour tortilla with romaine tomatoes and their house-made honey mustard. You can get it with fries or chips for $10, and then you can get what I think is the best thing on the menu, Maloney's Stromboli.
And how long does that go for?
That's July 1st to the 15th.
Okay.
And it has mozzarella cheese, Italian sausage, pepperoni, and green peppers rolled in pizza dough and served crispy.
So like on July 16th, Maloney puts the Stromboli away?
Yep. And it's served with a side of marinara for $13. All that at Maloney's. So
it's fun until Maloney puts the Stromboli away.
Yeah, it's true. You're having fun until
Great
Maloney
reference.
puts the Stromboli away. So does he have a reminder on his phone that pops up on like the 15th, last day of the chicken wrap, last day of the Stromboli?
Yeah, he's got me to do the reads. Make sure you hit this. I'm done with my Stromboli. Coming up next, Dad of the Year Award for LeBron James on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City Sports.
Good morning, Kansas City. It's Carter Jensen, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty, weekday mornings starting at 6, right here on 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. 96.5 The Fan.
I will tell you, my friends at Aspen Lawn and Pest Control know exactly what they're doing. And you may say, how do you know that? It's because I watch these guys do their job, and I've watched my lawn go from dirt, weeds, and roots into pure, green, beautiful, lush grass. They did it basically overnight. That's how good the college-educated professionals are at Aspen Lawn and Pest Control. And when we started with them about 18 months ago, I looked at my yard and I said, there's no way they're going to be able to fix this. There's no way anybody's going to be able to fix this. And they looked at it and they go, we got you. No big deal. And now we have the best-looking lawn on the block. And they go above and beyond as well. I watch these guys do the yard. I watch them do the little things, the extra trimming, the extra blowing, the extra raking, all that little stuff that you probably probably take for granted, I'm watching these Aspen guys do every single time they do my yard. And we also have the mosquito dome now this time of year, where we're able to sit outside and not get eaten alive by the mosquitoes, the ticks, the fleas. They're all gone from the yard, and it's perfect for us and the pets. So right now, it's time for you to get that free estimate and up to half off your first application when you mention this ad. So visit them now at aspenlawn.com. That's aspenlawn.com.
Come score the shirt with 96.5 The Fan as we'll be in the Lightwell office building at 11th and Main in downtown KC-Mo every Wednesday between 11 and 1 during the World Soccer Championship, giving away shirts, gift cards, and more. Lightwell, managed by Area, owned by Samara Road.
This summer, Casey's has 89-cent medium fountain and new Frostbite by Casey's drinks. But if you don't have 89 cents, you could check your center console, dig between your couch cushions, ask Grandma for $1, or just use your credit card. 89-cent medium Frostbite by Casey's or fountain drinks at Casey's all summer long. Restrictions may apply. See store for details.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
The sounds of summer. They're great until they're not. Luckily, AutoZone has free battery testing and charging.
Let me check that for you.
To help make a rough moment smooth. Don't miss the Celebrate Free event at AutoZone. Free products with select deals until July 27th. And free services every day. Restrictions apply.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Pros, save more on what you need to get the job done right. Right now at Lowe's. Get 15% off select custom entry and interior doors. Plus, save $80 on the DeWalt 20-volt Max 2-tool combo kit. Now just $169. And at the Lowe's Pro Desk, bring us your materials list and get a quote in minutes. Handwritten, a photo, or even a sticky note is all you need. Keep your jobs moving faster and on budget at Lowe's. Valid through 7/8 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
On the biggest stage in the world, FanDuel's changing the game because sometimes your player gets subbed off and your bet goes with them. Not anymore with FanDuel's Super Sub. If your player subbed out, your bet stays in. That's right. If your player leaves the match, your bet continues on with the substitute. Your bet stays alive, keeping you in the action longer. So you're still in it until the final whistle. Super Sub covers the entire game, including extra time. Visit FanDuel.com/local to get started now. Look for the yellow Super Sub icon on the game page and the My Bets page. If your player leaves the match due to substitution or injury, your bet automatically transfers to the substitute who replaces them. Go to FanDuel.com/local. That's FanDuel.com/local. Let there be goals this summer on FanDuel. FanDuel Sportsbook's the official sportsbook of 96.5 The Fan. 21 in President, Missouri. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
At Uline, they know firsthand the road to success is an uphill climb. Uline started in the family basement and through hard work is now North America's most trusted shipping and industrial supplier. They get what it means to have the support of reliable, hard-working partners. So they keep 41,000 items ready to ship. Whether your company is still in a basement office or expanding cross-country, Uline will be there on your road to success. Visit uline.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/team. That's ZipRecruiter.com/team.
ZipRecruiter. Vehicle safety starts underneath. That's why the pros choose Napa for undercar solutions that stop safety issues before they become costly problems. Go further with complete repairs that restore stopping, steering, and stability. Then grow your business through trust and repeat visits. With premium rotors, pads, struts, and wheel hub assemblies, Napa has everything you need to keep undercar under control. That's Napa know-how.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan. Brought to you by SWL Injury Law, the Car Crash Kings. It's what they do. Visit SWLinjurylaw.com.
Kansas side, 70 eastbound, still a little heavy right before 635. The accident there is off to the right shoulder. It looks like the right lane has been reopened. Through the Grandview Triangle, things are heavy on 470 westbound. Getting on to 435 just stays off, get on again slow from there to the state line. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
Not that this is a New York affiliated show, but this is a stat that I just saw because, of course, you talk about the Yankees, your algorithm becomes the Yankees. MLB teams since at least 1898.
That's older than Kling.
Barely. To have a 5-game span with 0 wins, 45 or more strikeouts, and 16 fewer hits. The 2026 Yankees. And that's the end of the list.
That's the end of the list, huh? The strikeout thing is interesting because those just continue to get rewarded, and everybody, just swing and a miss is fine these days in baseball. So that number is going to continue to grow for everybody out there. But anything that you haven't done since 1898 is pretty damn impressive. 1898.
That was from Katie Sharp. As she also tweeted, Yankees have had 8 games in which the opposing starter went 6 or more innings pitched and allowed 1 hit or fewer this season. That's twice as many games as any other team. 4 of those 8 have come in the last 5 games.
Jeez.
So you thought the Royals run support when they were having issues was an issue. Like, man, that's quality start 101 right there for your Yankees. Again, that's Katie Sharp just really in her feels right there. Don't forget tonight, the Peanut at State Line is where we will be watching Team USA take on Bosnia. Feel free to come out. And Bob really likes it when you shake his hand after you've eaten 1 bite of your wing.
That's right. Yeah, and you lick your fingers.
Oh, Fescoe, good to see you, man. Fescoe guy's an ass. He didn't shake my hand. Well, there's context to the story.
Yeah, you were licking your fingers and you just came out of the restroom.
Right, and so enjoy that. But LeBron James did something yesterday that's pretty cool.
He did. He's the dad of the year.
This comes from Keith Smith. He is a contributor to Spot Track and Front Office Show. Bronny James' contract with Los Angeles Lakers became fully guaranteed for $2.3 million yesterday.
That's right.
So we're going somewhere else. Well, you're staying, but I'm going somewhere else. Enjoy. I saw the one I thought was great was when it was Uncle Phil leaving the Bel Air house. Where are we going, Unc? We?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, me. I'm going somewhere else.
The laugh that Uncle Phil does.
Yeah. Oh, it's so great because that's exactly what LeBron did. What a weird situation that is. I think there's a lot of Lakers fans that are probably like, oh, it's over. Thank goodness. He did get a title. Whether you agree with it or not, he has won a title everywhere he's gone.
Yep.
And he is going to pursue the rest of his career somewhere else. I don't think it will look like Jordan with the Wizards because I think he is going to put himself around a bunch of other players. Obviously, we're hoping that it's Golden State, that it'll be, Draymond opting out to, test the market, which means basically like, hey, let's just renegotiate my contract. We got the story kind of yesterday that Anthony Davis probably isn't going to get traded, but it could still be, Butler, LeBron, Steph, Draymond, and see what they do moving forward with that team. I don't think they would promise you anything, but man, to have, like Nathan has said earlier, to have the LeBron swan song season in control of your franchise and to be able to do whatever you want to do with that, however you want to praise the guy for his career, you have control of that, which is going to bring in revenue. Maybe they don't think they're going to win a title, but maybe they think they can get to the playoffs and have a lot of fun doing so in his swan song season and do the other thing that's smart and make a lot of money with it.
Yeah, and I think right now the Warriors make the perfect sense for me. And I don't know that anybody else makes any sense, quite honestly, than what we're looking at right now in Golden State, because it seems like, it's old and it's tired and we've seen it before. But the more I thought about it after we talked about it originally, the more I'm like, people kind of would like that. It's a little bit of nostalgia happening when you have a new crop of NBA players as well. And so it's not like you're sacrificing the league to do something like this. You're still giving, fans some sort of nostalgia, which we all love in all walks of life. and you're giving him the new guard as well. And so they're going to kind of blend it together throughout the league. So I think that's where it really does make the most sense, because everybody also, too, in Golden State will be on the same page. You know, if LeBron were to go to a team, I'm just going to throw a team out there like San Antonio, right? They got a lot of young guys that want to play and do their thing and move the organization forward. LeBron wouldn't be part of that. He wouldn't help move that organization forward, and they'd be on different pages. At least if he goes to Golden State, that everybody's on the same page there. We know what we're doing here. We're basically playing one more year kind of with our buddies that have been around the league the longest, and we're going to see what we can do. And I kind of like that philosophy. I also saw one yesterday from somebody on X that I thought was pretty good. They said LeBron should just sign 10-day contracts and play for every team next year. 10 days here, 10 days there. I was like, that ain't a bad idea either. I kind of like that if you're looking for the nostalgia, bringing LeBron around and doing the retirement tour. I thought that was kind of funny. But ultimately, at the end of the day, Golden State just makes the most sense for LeBron James. I think that's the best fit for LeBron and the end of his career.
I think that he and Steph can be fun. I think they can be, at times, appointment television. Obviously, if they're going to play at 9 o'clock in the Midwest, you're probably not going to stay up and watch that. But let's say that, you know, Steph and LeBron, their chemistry, the older they get, is there. And Jimmy Butler, obviously, being on that team as well. And they're fun to watch. And they give you that little bit. Because we know if he goes to Golden State, that's going to be a premier Christmas Day game. And I'd be interested to see where they sandwich maybe Golden State versus the Lakers in with the NFL schedule.
Sure.
Because we know the NFL schedule is going to be, what do they always do? Noon, 3, 7. That's the 3-game slate they have. Normally it's on Netflix. I'm interested to see like where they would sandwich that game and to see like what the ratings might bring with LeBron's going back to LA to play the Lakers as a Golden State member, and he's going to have, you know, Steph and Draymond and Jimmy, and it's going to be Luka and Austin versus what's going to happen. And I think that's kind of like, it seems like the LeBron to Golden State thing is kind of like a handshake's hand between LeBron, Golden State, and the league.
Right,
I mean, Adam Silver's got to be loving this idea, hoping that it goes through. Now, again, he could end up in Cleveland, and that's where he finished his career because that's one of the teams, because we missed it earlier. LeBron's agent, Rich Paul, is going around and asking teams of interest. Now, don't be little bit interested. You got to be fully interested in wanting to take LeBron James. Then he goes back, sits down with LeBron, says these are the 6 teams that said that they were absolutely interested in you joining the team. Now we can ask what the money's going to be, because LeBron had said earlier, it's not about money, it's about happiness. At this point in his career, he's already a gazillionaire. He doesn't need to play for any sort of money. He's got, 4 titles? 1 with the Lakers, 1 with the Cavs, 2 with the Miami Heat. So what he's done is, I think for him, is enough. And I think he finally got to that point in his career where he's like, I'm never catching 6. I'm maybe getting 5, but I'm never going to pass Jordan. I just want to finish my career with all these sort of accolades. Obviously, the all-time scoring leader in the NBA. He's got his legacy, surefire Hall of Famer, maybe the 2nd or 3rd greatest NBA player to ever step foot on the hardwood. And I think that's kind of where this whole story is like, how is, which is funny too, because some people might hate this, is the 2027 season going to be about LeBron, or is it going to be about the next wave of teams in San Antonio and in Oklahoma City? Like, what are the Celtics going to look like? What are all these different teams that have made moves in the offseason going to look like? And I think that's kind of where this whole situation is. It's almost like decision 3.0.
Yeah, and I think for LeBron, the best decision is to go out there to Golden State. Like I said, everybody will be on the same page. You know what you're doing. You're not dealing with a new coach who's trying to, assert his authority or anything like that. You're dealing with a guy who's going to be on his way out. He just wants to have fun in his final year, and Steve Kerr and all these guys. So it just really does make the most amount of sense for LeBron, to go there and finish his career there. And this is the kind of conversations I'm sure we'll have about Patrick Mahomes later on in life, because as you were mentioning, he's not going to catch Jordan. There's probably a good chance Mahomes doesn't catch Tom Brady. I mean, let's call it what it is. He's got 3. He still has 4 more to go, right? LeBron James has 4. He still has 2 more to go. If LeBron James and Patrick Mahomes never catch Michael Jordan and Tom Brady, it doesn't mean they weren't as dynamic on the court. They weren't as great in their era as Michael Jordan and as Tom Brady were. They're not going to have the same amount of championships, but the type of performances that they put out there can still be legendary, and LeBron can still go out there and do some great things with Golden State and give us those kind of memories, and maybe they make a little bit of a run in the postseason where more people are going to be paying attention, and you can kind of see LeBron and that crew go out the door. So I think that's the way it has to happen. It's a great storyline, I think, for the NBA. The more that I've thought about it, it makes a lot of sense, and I think it could be a lot of fun for everybody too.
For sure. It'll be a lot of fun tonight at the Peanut on State Line as the team of the United States takes on Bosnia at 7 o'clock. Be there, be square. We'll all be there to enjoy it. But coming up next, what if I told you that 12th in the league start the season would be where you were at? I'm interested. 96.5 The Fan, your home for the Kansas City Chiefs.
You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty, brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. Tune in to hear Royals insider Josh Vernier every Monday at 8:20.
Professor Vernier sitting up here, bloviating.
On your home for Royals baseball, 96.5 The Fan.
Well, let me tell you about my friends over at Smokehouse Barbecue. We were up there for Father's Day, and man, we have amazing meals every single time we go to Smokehouse Barbecue. I got the B3 last time, and that is an unbelievable sandwich on a torpedo roll. They take the baby back rib meat, they put it on there, they put some pepper jack cheese, some crispy onions on top, and man, it is a sandwich that is absolutely wonderful, delicious, and awesome. And with the 4th of July here, hey, everybody's going to be doing their thing, right? You're going to be having the backyard party. Maybe you're going to be manning the grill. Don't do it all. Let Smokehouse Barbecue help you out. They'll take care of all the side dishes for this 4th of July. You want to have their hickory pit beans with the chunks of burnt ends in the middle to give it that flavor that nobody else can beat. You want to have their cheesy corn. You want to have their mac and cheese. All of those great sides, including those Cajun butter chicken wings, can be found at Smokehouse Barbecue. So get all of your orders in for catering at smokehousebbq.com. That's smokehousebbq.com. Or just check them out at one of their 3 locations in Independence, Gladstone, and Zona Rosa. For over 35 years, locally owned and family operated, it's Smokehouse Barbecue.
You know that Big Bargain detergent jug is 80% water, right? It doesn't clean as well.
80% water? I thought I was getting a better deal because it's so big.
If you want a better clean, Tide Pods are only 12% water. The rest is pure, concentrated cleaning ingredients.
Oh, let me make an announcement.
Attention shoppers, if you want a real deal, try Tide Pods.
Stop paying for watered-down detergents. Pay for clean. If it's gotta be clean, it's gotta be Tide Pods. Water content based on the leading bargain liquid detergent.
Honey, did you invite the Minions over?
Well, you know how we talked about getting Wi-Fi from Xfinity?
Yeah.
I ordered it this morning, was online in minutes, then they showed up.
So they just came over to use the Wi-Fi? For what?
Better not to know.
Get online in minutes with same-day Wi-Fi from Xfinity. Plus, lock in your price for 5 years and see Minions and Monsters only in theaters. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Learn more at xfinity.com/same-day Wi-Fi.
As World Soccer hits the big stage, Fanatics Sportsbook is making every game day worth more. Earn up to 10% fan cash on your soccer bets, win or lose. That's real extra value you can unlock every match, all tournament long. And fan cash isn't just for betting. You can use it anywhere in the world of Fanatics. On game tickets, merchandise, collectibles, profit boosts, and more. One ecosystem, endless ways to spend. Plus, new customers get up to $1,000 in fan cash. That's $100 bet matched every day for your first 10 days. The world is ready. Are you? Fanatics Sportsbook. Winning hits different here. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or 1-800-MY-RESET. CT, call 888-789-7777. MA, call 800-327-5050. NY, call 877-8-HOPE-NY. MD, visit mdgamblinghelp.org. Not available in all states. Terms apply. See Fanatics Sportsbook app.
Car wreck? Get the money you deserve. Mike's got this.
Paid for client portrayal and endorsement. Choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
After my car wreck, there was a lot I didn't know.
I do know. If you've been hurt in a car wreck, call me. I've got this.
Mike's got this.
816-888-7500. Mike's got this.
Join 96.5 The Fan staff at the Peanut on State Line tonight with kickoff set for 7 o'clock.
For 75 years, Kansas City families have trusted Anthony for comfort, safety, and dependable service. Thank you for trusting us with your house keys. Anthony, in your home for 75 years.
Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan. Brought to you by SWL Injury Law, the Car Crash Kings. It's what they do. Visit SWLinjurylaw.com.
Just jam-packed as you head down towards 75th Street with an accident blocking at least one lane of traffic. Delays solid back to Antioch and building quickly into the 635 interchange northbound. Onlookers heavy slow coming up from 69 Highway Merge. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
This is your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5 The Fan, KFNC FM and AM, HD1 and HD2 Kansas City, in Odyssey Sports Station. This is Fescoe and Dusty.
I got Mahomes' balls in my hands.
On your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5 The Fan.
Oh, yeah, football.
From potholes to pop-ups, we got it covered.
Hey!
Here's Bob Fescoe.
Take a bite out of my ass.
And Dusty Likens.
Big nuts. Speaking of big nuts, shout out K-State, EMAW. Shams, 10 hours ago, reported the story. Free agent forward Dean Wade has agreed to a 4-year, $39 million deal with the Philadelphia 76ers. Several contenders pursued former Cavs forward who has become undisputable defending and shooting front court piece. So Dean Wade, how about that?
That's awesome, man. I love guys like that who people just look at as kind of an understated figure, and then they go on and they have like 12 years in the NFL or Major League Baseball or... the NBA, guys like that, like our friend Rex Hudler played 10 years in Major League Baseball, 10 years in the minor leagues, 1 year in Japan. Like that guy played 21 years in professional baseball. And I'm sure nobody gave him, I know he was a number one pick of the Yankees and all, but to play 21 years and as Hud always says, I wasn't even that good, right? And to play that long is a testament. And that's Dean Wade, not, to take anything away from him, but I love when guys that they're not the superstars, but they stay around forever and probably have better careers than a lot of these guys that are superstars.
For sure. And I think that if you told Dean Wade that would be the way his life would go, he'd say, give me that immediately.
Yeah, hell yeah, man. Way to go, kid. I love it, man. I love rooting for that guy.
$39 million.
God.
Jordy Nelson, Darren Sproles, Dean Wade.
That's exactly right. Think about that, man. They've had some really nice players go to the NFL and to the NBA out of K-State and make some really good money, too.
I don't know. Maybe, Nathan, do you still play video games?
So,
okay.
Sometimes.
Enough?
Maybe.
Okay,
Depends.
so is this like horrible news for PlayStation today? That Sony announces that they will stop producing physical discs for PlayStation from January 2028. New video games will be released in digital formats only through retailers and the PlayStation Store.
So the retailers, that's where I'm concerned with. How many places are going to go out of business? Because I don't know. I don't play video games enough to understand this, and so I am speaking out of turn. But how many people still go to the store and buy these games versus just, downloading them and streaming them online?
We'll say this. I don't buy them every year because a lot of the sports games are just the same game, refreshed. So, like, the FIFA that I'm playing is like 5 years old. I bought 2K this year because I hadn't since, like, 2019, for example, right? But I haven't bought a disc in 10 years, maybe 12 years. I can't imagine that it's going to affect the consumer all that much. Yeah, retailers maybe a little bit.
Retailers, that's where I was more like wondering, like GameStop or someplace like that,
Yeah, maybe something like GameStop, but even a bigger like a Best Buy or somewhere else that sells technology, like I don't know, Walmart, Target. Like I can't imagine they're doing high volume of disc sales in 2026.
I wouldn't imagine either. The only thing is, you have to wonder if your internet connection goes down like we have here. Can you download your game?
Oh, this is interesting. So this comes from the 816. It's bad for all video games because they're all going to start doing this because they're only giving you a certain amount of time before it expires and you have to rebuy it.
Oh, no way. That sucks. That's a Richard move right there. Richard of the week, the video game industry, to do stuff like that. Screw you.
Says when you download them, they're not forever.
Oh my God! Really? Wow. That's bull, man.
So I didn't know that. Yeah, I must not play enough then because that's never happened to me.
And that's what I'm saying. Like I fully admit when I don't know something about a topic that I want to bring up, this is one of them.
Yeah.
I don't know much about the gaming world anymore because I haven't played video games since 2014, and all the backlash I haven't seen anybody on the internet say, "Oh, finally," or "This is great." It's everybody like, well, this sucks, or this is the end of it. This is not good. It sucks for consumers because now with digital downloads, they can put limits on the length of liability of a game. They can make it a subscription model type, which is what I think is moving toward. That comes from the 785.
I'll warn these companies, man. When you start to do stuff like this, you lose customers immediately. I was reading a story about Doritos the other day, and they raised their Dorito prices from $6 a bag to $7 a bag, and they lost millions and millions of dollars because everybody just stopped buying Doritos. They reduced the price, and nobody's really going back and buying them because they feel like they got screwed by the company raising the prices. And so that's what you have to be careful of. These big corporations, man, they look at it's like, if you're looking at today and you have no concept of that there is a tomorrow or next year or the year after that, if you start doing stuff that messes with the consumer and makes them not want to play your game and buy your product, then you're going to go out of business. And so when you do stuff like this, you better make sure your consumers are fully on board. But I'm of the world of where when you went and bought a video game, that I still have video games I bought in the 80s, for God's sakes. And now people are going to spend the same type of money on video games, and you're going to take them away and tell them they expired and they can't play it anymore? I don't know how much that's going to fly.
I'll need the text line to tell me if this is the right, tell me if I'm understanding this correctly. So instead of there being a 2K, for example, released every year, the consumer will just pay $7 a month to play 2K, and they'll, if they pay the subscription, they get the most updated version of the game. Or, like the 913 points out here, there's going to be a pass that is, I don't know, whatever, $40, $50 a month where you can play whatever game. Is that the model? Because that doesn't feel right. And for me, as someone who just plays leisurely every now and then, I would just not. I wouldn't be a consumer anymore.
Yeah, you'd move away. It would be like, you have your car and you pay off your car note, and then the car company says, okay, you got to take this car away now because you're not making payments anymore, so we're taking the car away and you have to get a new car and continue to make payments. It's like, when am I going to be out of this vicious cycle of paying and constantly paying for stuff that I don't really need to be paying for anymore? So I'm with you, Nathan. You're kind of a fringe video game guy. If they start doing stuff like this that inconveniences you, you're out, and now they've lost a customer. Whether you're an all-in customer or a fringe customer, they have still lost a customer, and now they've got to work doubly hard just to earn you back.
Yeah, a lot of people are. I mean, there's a few that are against. There's a lot that are against it. A few that are okay for it.
Give me the reasons why you're for it. I'd love to hear that.
Somebody says, "Well, my Xbox doesn't even have a disc drive."
Okay,
fair. But then somebody says from the 563, physical media is a big draw for Nintendo. They use little cartridges, not discs. Somebody's also from the 816 says GTA 6, obviously the game that's been in the works to be sold for the last decade. They're not selling physical copies. Buying one in store gives you a case with a download code. Shaking my head. The PlayStation that has the disc drive costs more. Most people have the digital game. So there's an influx of different people and different sides of the thing. But I mean, I know that video games still are very, very big.
No doubt.
No matter what the age is. I think millennials were kind of the ones that debunked the whole theory that I have that once you turn a certain age, video games go away. Now I still know people that are like, yeah, I'm gonna go home tonight. I mean, Mac, 100% games with his friends. Drew, I think, still does it. Alex Gold will buy obviously sports games, but when it's a big one that comes out, like the new Madden, I think he's done with that, but he likes the NCAA game or whatever it may be. So I don't know. I was just kind of interested to see because I saw a lot of backlash on the internet for that. But what I saw yesterday on the internet is Warren Sharp's post. And if I were to tell both of you guys on February 1st last year, that
past 7 months ago, whatever it was.
Past February, after the season was over for the Chiefs and we were getting ready for the Super Bowl and all this sort of stuff, that going into the next season, the Chiefs would have the 12th ranked running back room. You'd have said,
hell yeah, let's go.
Nathan?
I would have been psyched.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
That's where Warren Sharp has the best running back rooms in the NFL as of today, or I guess yesterday. But number 1 is Atlanta, and then Detroit, Buffalo 3, Colts 4, Philly 5, Rams 6, Niners 7, Dolphins 8, Cardinals 9, Ravens 10, Patriots 11, and the Chiefs at 12. That to me is a positive thing that shows you the power of Ken Walker III.
What would you have said at February 1st that the running back room was last year in the NFL?
What it was ranked going into the next season, I would say probably 20th.
Oh, okay. I was going to say in the 30s.
I would have said 32nd.
Yeah, I would have said 32nd.
I was that down on it.
I mean, I'd say 20th. In the 20s, I'd say probably 27th, 28th.
Yeah, very low, right? This is a big jump from where we were on February 1st to where we are now. Shows they've done a lot.
And with DeMercado as a backup, and then Emmett Thomas is in there as well, which they showed a picture of him yesterday, just absolutely chiseled. I also wonder how many of these teams do you think, if we believe that they will use Ken Walker as a bell cow running back and let him be kind of the focus of this offense and then let everything else develop with the skill set that Mahomes has with his vision, his arm, his improvisation, can they jump some of these teams? Can they get ahead of New England? Can they get ahead of Baltimore? Like, do we really believe that Derrick Henry is going to continue?
No. I think he's going to have a down year this year. I just do. I feel like the wall is finally going to get hit and the wheels are going to fall off. That's kind of where I am on Derrick Henry right now.
Because you can look at the top teams and you can just, you think of running backs, Bijan Robinson, they're basically saying he's the best running back. Then Gibbs is Detroit with 2. Bills, they've got, what's his face, the brother. They signed him last year in the offseason. Yeah, Cook.
Yeah.
And then Indianapolis, Jonathan Taylor. Is he going to continue? Because we saw last year Indianapolis really gassed him out after like 10 weeks. And then it was like.
Well, their quarterback went down. So, yeah.
True. A little bit later than week 10.
Yep.
Philadelphia's got Saquon last year and off year. So you'd assume this year.
This year should be a good year.
Right. And then the Rams. Right, they have a pretty solid backfield with their 2-ran set with Blake Corum and then the guy that's their main star. I'm still drawing a blank on his name, which I don't know why because he's a stud.
Kyron,
and then Kyron Williams is there. Christian McCaffrey.
How San Francisco's 7th just with Christian McCaffrey is funny.
And
I
then
like that.
You've got the Dolphins with Achane. He's going to be like, if you're drafting fantasy running backs and you like fantasy running backs and you have the 4th pick. I would take Devon Achane.
I think the Dolphins are 8 and 9 on that list with the Cardinals, and they're both going to be terrible teams, but got great running backs.
And the Cardinals have a rookie. I think Ken Walker can be. I think they can get into the top 10 easily if they do what I think they should do with Ken Walker as their big piece in the running back position.
No doubt.
Especially with where they went and got him in free agency. They didn't waste any time. They went and got the number 1 guy they possibly could. Now go use him like the number 1 guy that you possibly can.
Well, and I think also, too, Dusty, if they're not in the top 10 after they spent this money on Ken Walker, then what are we doing here, right? You got the infrastructure in place around Ken Walker. It's not like you brought him in and you went with nobody on your offensive line. You invested heavily in that offensive line, a 1st-round pick, a 2nd-round pick, a 2nd-round pick, a 6th-round pick that's making $50 million now, and, a guy that you signed 2 years for $20 million to on the right side. So you've invested in that infrastructure. If they aren't a top 10 running team in the NFL this year, we're going to have to ask a lot of questions. Was there an injury? What happened to not make them a top 10 team? Because I think they have to be a top 10 running team this year because they do need to change things up. And if they're a top 10 rushing team, that means they're going to be a pretty damn good passing team as well.
It would be great to see if they could have just a very equal, balance of both passing and running. Coming up on the other side, big steps for this kid moving forward. I don't know if it ever comes to fruition for him in his career, but he did come out yesterday and have some things to say. Plus, there is a NBA Cup final location. It's actually pretty cool. We'll get into that next year on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
This is Fescoe and Dusty.
Brett Veach has the most underrated chest I've ever seen.
On your home for Chiefs football, 96.5 The Fan. Fescoe and Dusty is brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
Well, I'll tell you what, my friends over at QC Kinetics want you to feel better. And you know who else wants you to feel better? Everybody that you know and everybody that you love. Because we all know joint pain is awful when you're the person who's fighting through it. But I'm betting you aren't the only one who's affected by it. Maybe you love someone who struggles with joint pain and you see what they don't say, what they've slowly stopped doing. Hey, it's July. The days are long. The weather's awesome. You want to be outside, moving, playing, and living. And you're just sitting it out. Well, let's talk about getting that life back. Because at QC Kinetics, that's what's happening every day. People who were stuck in that cycle of pain in their hips, knees, shoulders, and back, they're finally stepping out of it with regenerative treatments done right there in the office. No surgery, no long recovery, no putting life on hold. Just real relief. The inflammation eases and the pain lets go. So it's time to go see my friends over at QC Kinetics and get that life back. You can call them today and set up that free consultation. 816-412-6299. That's 816-412-6299. Off 435 in State Line and in Gladstone. 816-412-6299.
Hey, it's Dusty Likens, and you know baseball is underway. I know it. You know it. I've seen all your gorgeous pictures, and you know I'm referencing Surfside iced tea and vodka or a Surfside lemonade and vodka. They're smooth. And they're refreshing and perfectly made for game day. Surfside is the perfect match for the ballpark or catching the game at home. Surfside is only 100 calories with 0 bubbles, so it goes down easy with 0 troubles. It's not a seltzer, it's Surfside. Proud partner of the Kansas City Royals. Must be 21 and older. Please drink responsibly.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the DM Injury Law Studios. Mike's got this.
Car, truck, or motorcycle wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
816-888-7500. Mike's got this.
Lawman! Jungle Law!
It's a lawman, 3-time DUI award-winning attorney in Kansas City. You wanted results? Here you go. First-degree murder charge, dismissed. Felony DUI, dismissed. Felony to misdemeanor, multiple. Felony jury trial, not guilty. Call the lawman, 816-816-9111. Take it away.
The lawman gets results. Jungle Law team. Call the lawman. Let the fight begin.
Voted by Pitch and Casey Magazine, the choice of a lawyer shouldn't be based on advertisement.
I hear the sizzle of the grill. It's time to buy Gates sauces and seasonings for your 4th of July cookout. Make sure to use both for a boost of flavor on your dips, chips, and more. Try Gates salad seasoning on raw or cooked vegetables and sprinkle over corn on the cob to give it that extra flavor pop. Stop in and pick up a couple of slabs of ribs or a party tray to serve this 4th of July. Whichever, Gates has you covered. All 5 locations will be open this 4th of July. Gates has proudly served Kansas City for 80 years. Thanks with love.
And Doug. Limu and I created a trick to help you remember that you can customize your car insurance and save with Liberty Mutual. You see, the shirts Limu and I wear are yellow, and yellow is the color of lemons. And lemons grow on trees, and trees provide oxygen. And oxygen helps us breathe, and breathing is how you live. And you can live more life when you save money by customizing your car insurance. I agree, Limu. It's really quite simple. Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Vehicle safety starts underneath. That's why the pros choose Napa for undercar solutions that stop safety issues before they become costly problems. Go further with complete repairs that restore stopping, steering, and stability. Then grow your business through trust and repeat visits. With premium rotors, pads, struts, and wheel hub assemblies, Napa has everything you need to keep undercar under control. That's Napa know-how.
When you've got real work to do, Metal Supermarkets will help you get it done, fast. We've got a huge variety of metals in stock, and we cut to size, fast. Bottom line, we get it done fast, so you get it done fast. Doesn't get easier than that. Metal Supermarkets, the convenience stores for metal. Find a store or buy online at metalsupermarkets.com.
Our nation's 250th birthday calls for a really big party. And Hy-Vee is here to help with really big savings on everything you need. Load up the grill with tender baby back ribs, just $3.28 a pound. Whole seedless watermelon, only $4.48. Frito-Lay chips for $2. And Pepsi 8-pack bottles or 12-pack cans, just $3.99. Stock up on your favorite beer, wine, and spirits and get the party started. This Wednesday through Sunday, only at Hy-Vee.
Soccer fever is in Kansas City, and Hy-Vee is your headquarters for official merchandise, apparel, tailgate, and watch party needs. And Hy-Vee makes game day so easy. They have ready-to-go wings, pizza, party trays, charcuterie, and, of course, all those delicious sweet treats. If you're planning a cookout, great. Hy-Vee special recipe brats, burgers, and steaks are the best. Check out their match day meat bundle for only $30. And don't forget about Hy-Vee's wine and spirits department. For all of your game day needs, count on Hy-Vee.
Hey, it's Seth Lugo, and this is your home for Royals Baseball, 96.5 The Fan.
Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan. Brought to you by SWL Injury Law, the Car Crash Kings. It's what they do. Visit SWLinjurylaw.com.
Brought to you by Anthony. Plumbing, heating, cooling, and electric. Kansas side, 35 southbound. A big mess past 75th Street with an accident. You've got 2 left lanes blocked. Long delays that are mostly just crawling and stretch back to 635. This should be avoided altogether. Looks like southbound Metcalf starting to get overloaded as you make your way past 635 down to Johnson Drive. Home issues rarely happen at a convenient time. When HVAC, plumbing, or electrical issues happen, you need a team that shows up. Even on weekends and holidays, Anthony Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric shows up. With flexible financing, comfort is always within reach. Plus, enjoy $500 off a new HVAC system this summer. Scheduled today at AnthonyPHCE.com. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
Wake up, Kansas City. It's 8:20. It's hot outside, but that doesn't mean that you can't be tuned into 96.5 The Fan. Nathan, Bob, Dusty with you today on a wonderful Tuesday, or as the Wednesday, we should say.
It's Wednesday.
Don't take us back.
It's better than you telling me it was Thursday, though. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah, Thursday's our Friday. Today's our Wednesday.
Yeah.
Come hang out with us tonight at the Peanut on State Line as the team USA takes on Bosnia in the round of 32 to see if they can get to the round of 16. So should be an interesting game, and I'm getting more and more excited. You can see the television on behind. I guess you can't see that, but they're nonstop World Cup talk all over the place when it comes to this game tonight as I think the emotions get a little bit higher.
Yeah, sure.
Right?
Now you got the nerves a little bit more because it's for everything. Every game is for everything right now. You win, you move on. You lose, you go home. And you don't want to go home yet.
And our tournament scoreboard updates are brought to you by Surfside, made with real vodka and zero bubbles. It's not a seltzer. It's Surfside. Must be 21 and older. Please drink responsibly. I was trying to think, and before we get into this topic that I want to get into with Sorsby, is this like the wild card round? Like you can still lose and go home.
Mm-hmm.
So would this be like the Chiefs versus the Browns? Like you should win this game, but you could talk yourself into saying how they could lose.
And you
this
need
game.
a Daniel Sorensen play at the end to secure things for you. No, I would hope that these games, and again, I don't know because I've not watched the World Cup like I am now, but I would hope that every team that has advanced this far is a legitimate team and has every opportunity of advancing and moving on. And again, this is a new World Cup as well, so a lot of people are saying it's been watered down because of the extra teams that have been put in there. That's a soccer purist take. I don't get involved in those because I don't know, but I just look on the screen and see USA versus Bosnia-Herzegovina tonight, and I'm like, okay, the powers are France and the Netherlands. They already lost. Germany, they're a power. They lost. Ecuador, pretty good. They lost. Mexico's moving on. I'm thinking, I never really remember hearing about Bosnia and Herzegovina as a soccer program, right? You don't normally hear about them, and so that's why for me, from the novice side of things, I look at this, I go, yeah, this is like facing a team like the Cleveland Browns. You're supposed to beat them, but you better go in there with the mindset that Bosnia-Herzegovina is France tonight, and you better play them to that level, because if you don't, then they can find a way to beat you, I would imagine, because of where we are in this thing now.
I think it's maybe not Browns and Chiefs. Maybe it's more so like, I don't really know how to give it a comparison, because I know that the United States men's team should win this game according to odds and stuff like that, right? Minus like 250 is what they should win tonight. That's within the 90 minutes. And now that they have, knockouts and extra stage, you have to be kind of precise when you look at what you're betting on. But I think it's interesting because, yes, you can go home. The fear is still there, but you also have the confidence in the belief that this team does need to get to the next round, which is where I think that's where house money starts. I think watching this tournament so far this year, seeing how they played against Paraguay in that round one game, or that game one where they win, 4-1, and that team just beat Germany in a knockout stage. So like maybe that was the Chiefs-Browns comparison, was Germany versus Paraguay, and Paraguay ended up beating Germany, and now it's like, well, if Germany can lose and Japan can lose and the Netherlands can lose,
right?
Then yes, the United States can lose.
That's why I'm like, I think we should win this, but you've seen these upsets already happen throughout this World Cup. Like, I think it's as wide open maybe as anybody's ever seen before.
It feels to me more like the new wild card round in baseball, where like purists are telling you that's not the real playoffs, like this round doesn't count.
Yeah.
And then, same thing happened with the NBA when they've added more games to earlier rounds, and I'm sure with the NFL as they've expanded too. I don't know of a Kansas City comp, but if the worst division winner in baseball sometimes plays like an 82-win team in that first round, and that's what this feels like to me. But Dusty, you went right where I was going to go with this, which is like the soccer purists can say it shouldn't exist, but Germany just fell in this round to a team that wouldn't have made the round of 16 otherwise. So we're off to an okay start. The Netherlands has fallen. The USA, you're right, should win this game. I'd be surprised if they didn't win this game. What are they, minus 250? Is what you last check
minus
was?
250.
But look, it's and what you see in these rounds, first of all, is the late drama in this World Cup has been insane. Every single game, it seems like.
The last 5 minutes of these games are
They
nuts.
said some sort of statistic that there's been like 20 plus goals in the 83rd minute or later in this tournament.
Wow, that's crazy.
And maybe that's just in the knockout stage.
But you notice at the end of these games, I mean, it gets intense, guys. It really does.
Well, it does. And it's a sport that is so variable on a game-by-game basis. They usually don't have a tiebreaker. They just end in a tie.
Yeah.
They don't break these things normally. And so it's like if Bosnia is close late, considering how many goals have been scored late, considering how easy it is for the worst team to steal a soccer match in extra time or in penalty kicks, like, yeah, unless the USA is up 2 goals with 5 minutes left, you're not going to feel comfortable in
You're
this
not.
thing.
Like a 2-1 goal at the 80th minute is not going to feel real good for a lot of people. And nor should it, because as Dusty just mentioned, how many goals have come from the 83 minute
Something
on,
like
right?
that. I heard it very faintly in the background yesterday. It was something like she said, the announcer was like, this is like now the 20, I think she said like something like the 23rd goal in the 83rd minute or later so far in this tournament.
I mean, that's nuts. But you can tell, you can see, you can watch and say, yeah, that's probably a true statement, because just what was it, Monday alone, how many games came down inside, or that game that was at Arrowhead a couple of weeks or days ago, where the final 2 goals were scored in like the final 2 minutes, right?
Feels like weeks.
It does, yeah. But you know, so tonight, like you want to have that comfortable lead, but going into the final 10 minutes up 2-1 is not going to be a comfortable lead, and you definitely don't want to go to a shootout, guys. You know, I don't care how good you think your goalie is or how good you think the guys are that are going to be kicking the ball. You have got to be saying to yourself, if you're Team USA, no way in hell do we want to go to a shootout tonight, because I don't know who that really truly benefits.
Right.
And the other thing about it is, too, when you go to a shootout, you can't use guys that have been subbed out of the game already. So if you're getting close to a shootout, start to watch the substitution patterns of these teams to try to get certain players on the pitch that they know are going to be good in those shootouts or in that extra time. So there's a lot of strategy that gets involved at the end as well. So I just hope the United States has a nice lead in this one, where we don't have to worry about this ancillary crap.
Yeah, Monday there were 2 goals well past the 83rd. There was the Brazilian goal that happened in the 96th minute. And then Netherlands-Morocco, there was obviously that heroic goal in the 92nd minute in that game. And then you go to yesterday, Holland, my guy, he scores in the 86th minute. France, Sweden, they scored in like every minute. And then Mexico wins 2-0. So there's like 3 goals right there in the knockout stage that have happened later on in the match. The thing that's interesting is obviously there are people that gave a comp to like the United States in this game tonight. It would be like the Chiefs and Dolphins in that freezing cold game.
Okay,
Dolphins still good. Got some players that can make you nervous, right?
Yeah.
But you should win. And other people said Bosnia is good defensively. They can play compact and they do well keeping the ball out of the box. And then someone says, guys, every shot or cross Bosnia puts in the box, your butthole is going to pucker every time. It gets real in the knockout rounds.
It does.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I mean like a pubic hair of momentum will cause an entire field of grass to grow, right? Like, I mean, it's that minor when you get something like that.
What a metaphor. That was incredible.
Thank you. But like, that's just kind of how like this tournament at this stage is. Like, when Holland scored that goal yesterday for Norway, it was over. Like, it was in the 86th minute. It was done. And we've seen goals that happen, in extra time in like the 90th minute in the 3rd minute of extra time. And it's like, all right, here we go. We're going to play another 15 and 15. That's how it's going to go. But I mean, it's just the shift in momentum in this stage of this tournament it's insane to watch.
Yeah, it really is. And it's been fun. That's been the part about it is like, for soccer fans, non-soccer fans, just people in general, like it's been captivating. It's been a lot of fun to watch these games and it doesn't matter if you have a team in the fight either. It's just like these teams are really good. And that's why it's impressed me so much going on and seeing the situation that is involving France right now. I am so impressed. I don't know that I've been impressed by a sports ball team in years that I had no rooting interest in, like I am with this France soccer team. They're literally jumping out of the TV screen. They're so good, and I love watching them. I've never had that experience, I don't think.
Yeah, our, Allie Trost-Martin, who was on the show a couple weeks ago, she said France is the best team in this tournament, and I don't think there's anyone even close.
Yeah.
And Spain's supposed to be number 2. France is going to boat race Spain.
Yeah.
Like, if you played France in the Final Four, I wouldn't care. I'd be like, hey, we made it to the Final Four, or you played the best team in the world, because France should be getting their third World Cup title in a row. Won it, lost in PKs to Argentina, and then now they have this year. Mbappe, Dembele, all these guys, it's fantastic to see.
Yep.
But so this is interesting. Tom Pelissero tweets out yesterday a statement from Brendan Sorsby, who won't pursue further illegal action or opportunities to play this season, focusing instead on his recovery and preparations for the 2027 NFL Draft under the settlement between the NFL and the NFLPA and Brandon Sorsby. Sources say he will be allowed to participate in the pre-draft process for all non-league events, including the Senior Bowl, Pro Day, and team visits leading up to the 2027 NFL Draft. Bob, before you get off on this, I will say this. I think this kid finally had a come-to-Jesus moment. I think he said, you know what? I'm not going to win this, the NFL. I'm going to go look at what that what's that defensive coordinator that tried to do this for a different sort of like suing the NFL?
Brian Flores.
Right.
Yes. He's still suing the league.
Ain't going to win.
Yeah, no.
Good luck. And I think finally somebody got into this kid's head, whether it was Jesus, whether it was a parent, whether it was a friend. Somebody said, look, man, you're just going to continue to lose if you keep trying to win. The way you win is admit your loss. And I think that's exactly what happened with Brendan Sorsby.
Well, and you know what? If he comes out and does a mea culpa, Dusty, and has a press conference and talks about this and addresses all this, America will, I think, forgive this guy, because we have forgiven a lot of people over the years for steroids, right? We saw the guys who came out and admitted to it, the Giambis, the Pettits, everybody kind of went along and forgave those guys. It's the ones who were so defiant about it. Look at even A-Rod, man. People have welcomed back into their homes. They watch that guy on TV all the time, and people are like, I kind of like where A-Rod is right now. I kind of like what this guy's doing. And so you see guys that are honest and admit when they do something wrong. They don't try to cover it up. They don't blame the media. It's not somebody else's fault. They go out there and they handle their business. I still need to see that out of Sorsby. I still need to see him in public say, hey, I effed this whole thing up. This is on me. I've handled the whole thing wrong. And then you can start to look at the rehab process for this guy. But regardless of how this goes on, he's eligible now for next year's draft, right? And so he's going to be able to go to the Senior Bowl and to the All-Star games and all of this kind of stuff next year. All that being said, he's going to be the most talked about college football player this season, guys. Get ready for it. No matter what game you're watching, no matter what pregame show you're paying attention to, Brandon Sorsby is going to be a big topic of everything while he's not playing, right? Anytime a quarterback has a good game, anytime they talk Heisman Trophy, anytime they talk draft, anytime they talk anything about quarterbacks, people are going to bring up Brandon Sorsby, both at the collegiate level and at the NFL level. And so this guy gets basically a year of hype without having to go out there and play and jeopardize it, right? Sometimes you go out there and play when you have all the hype and you stink and then everybody moves on from you. This guy is going to get better in people's minds. The tail of Brandon Sorsby is going to get longer and longer, and his prowess on the field is going to get better and better as we watch these guys in college football. And by the time the draft rolls around, people are going to be talking about, where does Sorsby go? How many quarterbacks does he go ahead of? He's going to have a year to do so much and gain so much by literally doing nothing. And all he has to do is go out there and make sure he's clean. He never gambles again. He checks into Gamblers Anonymous and all of this kind of stuff. Then when he has the opportunity to play in these pro days, go out there and show everybody that you're good. I think Brandon Sorsby is going to come out the other end smelling pretty good on this one.
I'm with you both. So, Dusty, first of all, I love what you said about stop trying to be right and just admit your wrongdoing, and that's how you could start winning. And then Bob, obviously, I'm willing to forgive Sorsby and move on, and if he gets the help he needs, welcome him back into this. All of that's true. Did he do these things here though, or did he just lose, and then went to his only available option and then came out and said all of the right things after that? Because it seemed to me like he was trying to play in the Canadian Football League and enter the supplemental draft. And it was kind of like, to me, it seemed like he got turned away from everywhere and he went to his only available option. So I'm with you. I'm just not sure if Sorsby is there yet mentally, or if it's just his PR training that's there. You know what I mean?
No, and that's a great point, Nathan. It really is. And it's a point that I didn't really think of. Is this PR training or is this real for Brandon Sorsby? That's why I said I need to see him still out here talking about this kind of stuff. But you are right. There's clearly a PR team that's behind him. They should have hired a PR team to begin with. and the right
good
PR
grief.
team.
Yeah.
Sports is terrible at public relations. Every team, every athlete, terrible at public relations. They really are. Every one of them, because they never prepare for bad things. They just think they can bully the media with bad things and say you're wrong and it's the media's fault. That's how sports teams and athletes do things. And then you get stuff like this where you just can't bully yourself out of and tell everybody that they're wrong because, well, it's illegal. And so they should have had this PR team ready to go with Sorsby and right from the jump say, I F this up, instead of trying to fight everybody who got in his way, you know?
I think the other thing with this is that I think Brendan Sorsby, I get where you're coming from for the focus of conversation. I just think that with this 2027 draft and the players that will go into it, he will not be a topic after week one. I think going into week one, there will be, of the college football season, there will be conversations, there will be this. They will forget about that quickly when the season starts. Now, fast forward the clocks a year from, April, like to April next year. Oh, better believe it. He'll have more talk about if he's getting drafted than Shedeur Sanders did, whether you believe that or not.
Oh, you're right about that.
You think Shedeur Sanders talk was like, where's he going? Is he going first round, second round? Is he going to be a fifth round? He's still on the board. Nobody's taking this guy. He's still available.
Do you think Sorsby gets picked higher than what Shedeur Sanders was?
Yeah, Sorsby was around, what? Sanders was
Fifth round.
Fifth round. Yeah, Sorsby goes earlier than that.
I think he goes third. I think the reason for that is because I think that maybe they see the talent is better than Shedeur's, but I think the one issue that you will always have is, can you trust him?
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, you gambled and you bet on your own teams, and then you flexed and you said, no, this is what we're going to do. That's the only issue. But again, Jamison Williams is still in the league, and he was gambling and got suspended for that for 6 games by the NFL for the Detroit Lions wide receiver speed team. He did it. And he's,
Again, it wasn't on his sport, though.
I get that, but he still gambled and got suspended for it. And yet now it's just like, as soon as you can come back and catch a 75-yard touchdown and take it to the house, we forgive.
Yeah, people forgive all the time. Yeah, but the Sorsby one, though, I think is different for me because it was on his own sport. It was on his team. It was on himself. It was 900 bets. It wasn't placing a basketball bet from the facility or something like that. That he's not supposed to do it. You got to follow the rules.
Right.
But I think it is. I think it's night and day. I think it's completely different. So I am interested to see how much we do forgive and forget. And whoever he gets drafted by, whatever fan base that is, Cleveland, they'll probably forgive and forget because they think this guy's going to be the savior of their organization.
I mean, we'll see. They also, switching sports to the NBA, they're going to have the Cup location, the finals, NBA Finals Cup, the mid-season tournament. The NBA will hold the NBA Cup championship game at Butler's Hinkle Fieldhouse on December 11th next season. Sources tell ESPN. That's coming from Shams.
Yeah, I love that idea. Hinkle's really cool. We got to go there when the Chiefs were playing the Colts in that playoff game that they lost. It was empty, and so we just shot basketballs for a couple of minutes before they chased us out. But really cool idea by the NBA, and I thought about it last night. How cool would the NBA Cup final at Allen Fieldhouse be? Like this could be the next big thing that the NBA can kind of move around the country and maybe get to places that we don't have the NBA and to see how fans can react to the NBA. Allen Fieldhouse, Cameron Indoor, Hinkle Fieldhouse, all of these places hosting the NBA Cup Championship. I think that would be really cool and great for the league to expand to places that don't normally have the NBA. I think that's going to be a big hit in every arena that they play that NBA Finals in, because for a lot of folks, and I know Hinkle's in Indianapolis, so you do have the NBA there. But if you start doing it in some non-NBA cities and great college campuses, that's how you grow your league. You expose it to people who don't normally get the exposure to that league. And having that championship game at a neutral location that's different, I think that's really cool.
I just like the sports are doing this, right? We have the Midwinter Classic where they go and play hockey at like the Big House or Yankee Stadium or Wrigley Field.
Yep.
We've seen a basketball game be played on an aircraft carrier, which that was bizarre in itself. I think they should do this more in sports. Like, I loved it when, what was it, the MLB had like the game where the White Sox played in the old, like, what was it, like the wheat fields?
Oh, the Field of Dreams.
Yeah, the Field of Dreams game. Like that to me, and I would love that. I don't need it more than once a year.
No.
But give me one matchup every year and sell the hell out of this.
Yeah, like the NBA Cup could move around.
Yeah, now you'd have to look at the schedule for the Jayhawks, but I mean, I know that like in the middle of December is finals week, and so there's really not a lot going on.
But they got to look at the schedule for Butler too, you know?
Right? And they got to put the game there. So I mean, I think it's really interesting when you look at the fact that you have these opportunities. Now go take advantage of them.
Yeah,
it's a way to make revenue, it's a way to make recognition, and it's a way to make it fun. And I think that when you see a hockey rink in the middle of, you see a hockey rink in the middle of a MLB stadium like New York Stadium, it's insane to see that because you're like, oh, I never would have pictured this. Now that I picture it, okay, where can I put this anywhere else?
Yeah, that's what we did. That's why we went in 2014. It's like, hey, we're going to go see that hockey game. It was really cool to see something different like that. But, I mean, you could even create great doubleheaders because it's basketball. You could do your Butler game at noon and then have the NBA Cup game at 7 o'clock that night. And plenty of time to clean the arena out, get everybody in, get everybody out, sell it as a doubleheader type of ticket. Like, you could really do a lot with this. And I think Allen Fieldhouse and Lawrence, they need to get involved and see what it would take to have the NBA Cup there. Pauley Pavilion out in UCLA would be a cool place to have it as well. How about Minnesota where that court is up and the people sit down, that kind of thing? That one. Or Vanderbilt where they sit on the back end of the court. That's kind of a different setup in there. So I just think when you have the opportunity to do stuff like this and grow the games, you do it. That's why I was always so bullish on, instead of playing games overseas, have a 17-game NFL schedule and everybody play that 17th game at a different collegiate stadium around the country. That would be kind of cool too.
Coming up on the other side, Jordan Spieth had some ways to talk about sports gambling. You agree, disagree, or what happened? Did we miss the boat on everything? Here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty, brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. Your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5 The Fan.
Well, here we go with my friends at the Sheet Metal Workers trying to do great things for everybody here in Kansas City because that's what they're all about. Their mission is to build strong partnerships between members, business partners, customers, and the community. And get this, there's absolutely no cost to become a partner contractor with the Sheet Metal Workers Local Number 2. So if you're an HVAC contractor, they'll provide a flexible workforce for your project demands, timelines, and economic conditions. And the Sheet Metal Workers will help adjust the size, skills, and deployment of your workforce to maximize effectiveness during the times you need it the most. They'll provide you the best trained manpower specifically for the HVAC industry, along with training for your current employees. And Local 2 has spent over 137 years building relationships right here in Kansas City. There's no downside. It's completely free with zero obligation. Just straightforward information on how they can help grow your business and profit margins. Sheet Metal Workers Local Number 2. We're an old union with a new perspective on business. Learn more at sheetmetal2.org.
On the biggest stage in the world, FanDuel's changing the game because sometimes your player gets subbed off and your bet goes with them. Not anymore with FanDuel's Super Sub. If your player's subbed out, your bet stays in. That's right. If your player leaves the match, your bet continues on with the substitute. Your bet stays alive, keeping you in the action longer. So you're still in it until the final whistle. Super Sub covers the entire game, including extra time. Visit FanDuel.com/local to get started now. Look for the yellow Super Sub icon on the game page and the My Bets page. If your player leaves the match due to substitution or injury, your bet automatically transfers to the substitute who replaces them. Go to FanDuel.com/local. That's FanDuel.com/local. Let there be goals this summer on FanDuel. FanDuel Sportsbook's the official sportsbook of 96.5 The Fan. 21 in President, Missouri. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Well, I'll tell you what, on days like today, I am so glad that I have my windows from Window World because I know when my air conditioner's running, it's not escaping through old windows that aren't doing the job anymore. We have Window World windows, and they keep all of that air conditioning inside the house to make sure on days like today that our inside is cooled off and we're not wasting money funneling all of that air conditioning on the outside. Now, we didn't always have Window World windows. When we moved into our house, we needed replacement windows. windows, over 30 of them. So we called the folks over at Window World and said, hey, we need some help. We need new windows. They came out. They gave us the free estimate. Then they stood on their window to show us how durable they are. They're the strongest ones out there. We love Window World. They're the official window of the Fescoe household and the official windows of the Kansas City Chiefs as well. And at Window World, they're one of the 2 windows with the Good Housekeeping seal of approval. So you know you're getting great windows when you replace yours with Window World. Call them today at 1-800-GET-WINDOWS. That's 1-800-GET-WINDOWS, or visit them at windowskansascity.com. 1-800-GET-WINDOWS. It's Window World.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/team. That's ZipRecruiter.com/team.
ZipRecruiter. They call this one Bill.
Whoa, aliens? Am I in a spaceship?
Affirmative, Bill.
What's with the laser saw?
Relax. We are cutting our bill in half.
What?
An Xfinity mobile transmission says you can cut your bill in half.
Oh, your mobile bill, not me, Bill.
Ah. Xfinity Mobile also says we can try it free for a year. Free.
Yes, with no commitment. Can we put the saw away?
I am reluctant. But we will find another being to bisect.
That's not sci-fi. It's Xfinity Mobile. Xfinity Internet members cut your mobile bill in half. Plus, try Xfinity Mobile free for a year. No commitment. Learn more at xfinitymobile.com. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply. Xfinity Internet required. Savings compares one line of Xfinity Mobile Select to comparable plans from T-Mobile, Verizon, and AT&T as of 3/24/26. Taxes, fees, extra. $30 monthly discount limited to new mobile customers only. After 12 months, regular rates apply.
Join 96.5 The Fan staff at the Peanut on State Line tonight with kickoff set for 7 o'clock. Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan. Brought to you by SWL Injury Law, the Car Crash Kings. It's what they do. Visit SWLinjurylaw.com.
Northland, 35 southbound, heavy heading into town from points north, crawling for about 2 miles, approaching the merge with 69 highway with an accident towards Cookingham with blocking the right lane. Kansas side, 35 southbound, still pretty stacked up from Antioch all the way down past 75th Street with that trouble in the left lane. Northbound also heavy coming up from 87th with onlookers. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
Rolling right along on a Wednesday here on 96.5 The Fan. Nathan, Bob, Dusty with you all together. Somebody says on the text line, well, nobody forgave Pete Rose. Well, that's because Pete Rose never admitted to anything and then wrote a book and was supposed to give the money of said book and then realized he made a lot of money off that book and said, yeah, the hell with that. So let's kind of not compare apples and oranges here.
You know, this is an interesting, take with the Pete Rose stuff because everybody always, like that's the low-hanging fruit of any time you talk about people being banned from anything, everybody goes back to Pete Rose. But if he would have done what Dusty would have just said and just go out there and apologize like, Sorsby, and admit that you were wrong and say, I screwed up and beg for forgiveness and be humble and eat the humble pie like we talk about, people will forgive you. But Pete Rose never really did any of that. And in baseball, it's interesting because baseball has been on the forefront, obviously, of banning gambling since the Black Sox in 1918, 110 years ago, roughly. And so it's always been when you go into a clubhouse, there's rules. And one of those rules is no gambling. And Pete Rose knew that. He was the manager of the team. And I know a person that played for Pete Rose when he was managing the team and gambling on games. And they said it was weird with some of the stuff that he was doing. And this guy was supposed to pitch this day, and then at the last second he's not pitching, and this guy's pitching, and this guy wasn't ready to pitch, and it was like bizarre ways that he was managing the game. And so Pete Rose, as the manager of that team, was also having a major impact on other people as well. Guys maybe are chasing bonuses when he's managing the team, and he's not putting them in the lineup because he's got money on against him. So the Pete Rose stuff, man, I feel like, in my opinion anyway, and you guys can obviously disagree, I think he's just in a different category all by himself than anybody else when it comes to banning guys and gambling and all this other stuff.
Yeah. And I can't make up how we segue into this next segment. So did you see that Wyndham Clark got a lot of, kind of backlash after winning the U.S. Open? Did he ground his club? Did he cheat? Did he get an advantage? I don't know. Why are you so concerned about it? Why do you hate Wyndham Clark? Did you have money on it? Mm-hmm. Well, Jordan Spieth.
Betting in golf is something that's going to have to be tackled here soon because, I don't know how much of, say, the Wyndham scenario was the fact that it was enticing to bet the field versus Wyndham on Sunday in a legalized betting state. And you could have had people out there that are essentially, have $100 to $10,000, depending on who it is, on the field versus somebody else. And in golf, it's tricky because you could actually impact the outcome if you wanted to. It may not last very long, but you could impact a shot if you wanted to. I don't know of another sport that you could impact as a fan like you can golf. So I don't know how much that's having to do with it, if it's different than it used to be. I've also played rounds with guys who were not treated well 10, 15 years ago. So I don't think it's a crazy new thing. I do think the Bethpage Ryder Cup was, from what I understand, maybe a lingering effect from that with an American versus European, Cam Young, Fitzpatrick, the players. Like, I'm trying to single them out for you, but I wasn't a part of either one of them. But I will say that from what I've seen, a lot of times it has to do with betting, and that is in the last 5 years.
So if you do me a favor, can you go to Jordan Spieth's Twitter? Because I'm pretty sure he is endorsed by FanDuel, because that was everything that came out yesterday. Was as soon as this comes out, then all of a sudden it's like, yeah, his last two posts are FanDuel posts. I don't know what the conversation is here, but I know it merits a conversation, because this is one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, right? Isn't that what it is?
I just typed in Jordan Spieth to my search bar. The first tweet that popped up is from 2025, so last year, November. Missouri can't wait for our matchup tomorrow at Dallas Cowboys. Opt in at this offer at FanDuel Sportsbook before the game, and happy Thanksgiving.
Because
Jordan Spieth retweeted a FanDuel post April 13th, April 23rd. A little at Dallas Cowboys defense and a homer for the Dallas Stars. Am I asking too much? Jordan Spieth's Hot Takes brought to you by FanDuel.
So, again, I don't know what the conversation is, but the conversation merits a talking point, because I don't.
That's all his timeline is FanDuel ads.
Oh, yeah. I don't know what you can do, because I don't know if. I think there is a reason why sports gambling took so long to be almost universally accepted, right? Fans are killing it for other fans. Like, I can personally say that I would not go to a golf event if I had money on a golfer and another guy was in his group, that I would heckle that golfer. That's just not my style, but people will.
People will. Yeah. All this stuff, Dusty, that we think we would never do, there are people out there who would do this stuff. And that's why I think for a lot of the times we have a hard time wrapping our heads around it, because you and I wouldn't do half the crap that these people are doing, and have a hard time understanding why they're doing it too.
I think the other thing that's tough is that athletes can't hold their own ego. Emmanuel Clase, Jamison Williams, Brendan Sorsby, all the basketball players we talked about in the NBA. It's like, is a $10,000 reward for doing this worth it when you're making millions upon millions of dollars? That's ego. Fans can't control their actions. So I don't really know what the end all be all is, because imagine, giving your kid free reign to do whatever they want. And then after one night of effing it up, you're like, hey, by the way, bedtime's now 8 o'clock. And it's like, what? Like, well, it's every, I guess it'd be every kid. Like there's a 2035. Parents, you're no longer allowed to put your kids to bed until 9 p.m. Okay. And then 2 years later, we're finding out that teens and adolescent teens are doing all this destructive stuff. And all of a sudden it's like, yep, that rule's dead. Like, I don't know if you can go back on something like that. Whereas like sports gambling has so much money involved in it. And it does so much for how many times when you turn your TV on and there's a commercial, watch the World Cup games today. Hey, it's blah, blah, blah. Get your live bet in for the next goal scorer in the big tournament this weekend. Team USA versus Bosnia tonight. Will Pulisic be the first goal scorer, plus 500? I've done it. I'm Charles Barkley.
Yeah.
Whatever it may be. Because here's the other part about it where it makes me sound like I'm talking out both of the sides of my mouth because I've been endorsed by BetMGM. Thing is like, I don't have the sort of issues I think other people might have. I know people that'll bet $500 on a 3-leg parlay. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah,
like, parlays are meant to be small bets to get big wins. You're not supposed to win parlays.
Right.
That's the point.
That's the sucker, right? Yeah.
And I've always compared modern day sports betting to what our parents did back in the day, which was going by scratchers. You're buying a $20 scratcher to know that you're probably not going to win, but there is a chance with that $10,000 number up on the top of the scratcher that it could be yours.
Yeah.
Or you might win your money back, or you might win $350. I might bet $10 on Jack Caglione to hit a home run at plus 400. That's going to get me $40. You know what I mean? Like, that's what's going to do that for me. But, like, I'm never going to go to a game, and if Jack Caglione strikes out 3 times, be like, you're a freaking bum.
Right.
You suck.
Yeah.
But people will. And I think maybe we didn't, as a society, realize everything that could come with sports gambling, because I think at the end-all, be-all, if I was in the room, I think what the conversation might have been was, do we think the athletes will learn and not to bet on the sport? I don't think they put in perspective of there are asshats out there that will literally find out the people's names of their children, their pets, their grandparents, and go heckle these people until they falter so that they can win their bet. And unfortunately, I think that we missed the entire conversation.
Yeah, and that's what it is. It's a bunch of bad people out there that are ruining it for everybody else. But that's how laws take place and how things happen, because there's a few bad people out there that have found, if you will, loopholes and doing things that nobody would have expected, because it's just not normal human behavior to go out there and do some of the stuff that people are doing. But they are doing it. And look, I wouldn't be surprised if we start seeing states have on ballots repealing legalized gambling in their state. I swear I saw something that Massachusetts is trying to now have a vote to repeal legalized marijuana in Massachusetts. And so if we're going to start seeing stuff like that, I wouldn't be surprised if we start seeing, situations develop where states are saying, you know what, we're putting it back on the ballot to have it unlegalized in our state now because of these problems that it's causing.
Yeah. Coming up next, it's the Royals manager, Matt Cottrell. He joins us next year on 96.5 The Fan, your home for the Kansas City Royals.
You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football. 96.5 The Fan. Fescoe and Dusty is brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
Well, how about this? My friends at Park and Go want to make sure your airport parking experience is exceptional, and they will deliver on that, because Park and Go is the best. You've got covered parking, you've got amazing customer service, and you've got great low rates as well, with ways to save even more money. So after you book that flight, go immediately to bookparkandgo.com and schedule your airport parking there. It's all covered parking, so you know your car is always protected from the elements. And when you do schedule that parking, make sure you prepay. That's when you're going to save big bucks. You're going to save money and get their lowest rate when you prepay. And then it's done and taken care of. Show up on the day of your flight and give them your reservation number. They'll direct you right to that covered parking spot that they have reserved for you. Soon as you're there, the van meets you, and it's right to the airport terminal. And when you get back, just walk off the plane, grab your bags, and walk outside. There's the bus. Jump on it, and it's right back to the trunk of your car. So do what we did and join their frequent parker program and earn points towards free parking. Reserve your spot today at bookparkandgo.com. The best deals in parking. Bookparkandgo.com. Park and Go, family owned and operated.
This summer, Casey's has 89-cent medium fountain and new Frostbite by Casey's drinks. But if you don't have 89 cents, you could check your center console, dig between your couch cushions, ask Grandma for $1, or just use your credit card. 89-cent medium Frostbite by Casey's or fountain drinks at Casey's all summer long. Restrictions may apply. See store for details.
As World Soccer hits the big stage, Fanatics Sportsbook is making every game day worth more. Earn up to 10% fan cash on your soccer bets, win or lose. That's real extra value you can unlock every match, all tournament long. And fan cash isn't just for betting. You can use it anywhere in the world of Fanatics. On game tickets, merchandise, collectibles, profit boosts, and more. One ecosystem, endless ways to spend. Plus, new customers get up to $1,000 in fan cash. That's $100 bet match every day for your first 10 days. The world is ready. Are you? Fanatics Sportsbook. Winning hits different here. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or 1-800-MY-RESET. CT, call 888-789-7777. MA, call 800-327-5050. NY, call 877-8-HOPE-NY. MD, visit mdgamblinghelp.org. Not available in all states. Terms apply. See Fanatics Sportsbook app.
Hi, I'm Jacob, your friend and an actual jeweler craftsman at Shane Company. I'm proud to work for a family business that's been committed to the highest quality standards for nearly 100 years. Your dream engagement ring is designed for quality every step of the way. We set your diamond by hand, not with machines. Prong tips are beautiful and secure, and intricate details are thoughtfully crafted. At Shane Company, there's no shortcuts, just craftsmanship. Because a friend knows true love deserves the highest quality. Visit us in store or at shaneco.com. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
Hey, this is Lauren. And a little thing I love about the hash brown scrambled burrito is that it's going to add the protein that you need. The eggs with those crispy nuggets. It's the ultimate combo.
Hi, this is Maya, and a little thing I love about the hash brown scrambled burrito is that it's packed with protein. Having Chick-fil-A chicken in a breakfast burrito is just phenomenal to me. You have the chicken, you have the eggs, and then you add these hash browns. It's just complete, honestly.
Order the Chick-fil-A hash brown scrambled burrito and Simply Orange Juice on the Chick-fil-A app today. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
You know that Big Bargain detergent jug is 80% water, right? It doesn't clean as well.
80% water? I thought I was getting a better deal because it's so big.
If you want a better clean, Tide Pods are only 12% water. The rest is pure, concentrated cleaning ingredients.
Oh, let me make an announcement.
Attention shoppers, if you want a real deal, try Tide Pods.
Stop paying for watered-down detergents. Pay for clean. If it's gotta be clean, it's gotta be Tide Pods. Water content based on the leading bargain liquid detergent.
Join 96.5 The Fan staff at the Peanut on State Line tonight with kickoff set for 7 o'clock.
Car, truck, or motorcycle wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Paid for client portrayal and endorsement. The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
Give me one good reason why I should call DM Law.
How about 3 great reasons? 1, it's easy. 2, it's fast. 3, the results.
Mike's got this. 816-888-7500. Mike's got this.
Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan. Brought to you by SWL Injury Law, the Car Crash Kings. It's what they do. Visit SWLinjurylaw.com.
Northland 35 southbound improving. Earlier accident before Cookingham has cleared. Now just briefly slow at the merge with 69 Highway. Kansas side 35 southbound very heavy from Antioch down past 75th Street. Accident there still blocks the left lane. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
Hey, it's Bobby Witt Jr., and you're listening to the home of the Royals, 96.5 The Fan.
KFNZ FM and AM, HD1 and HD2, Kansas City, an Odyssey sports station. Welcome into Fescoe and Dusty.
I mean, come on, guys. What are we doing here?
A show that, analytically, exists between 6 and 10 weekday mornings on Kansas City's only FM sports station, 96.5 The Fan.
Oh, buddy.
Live from the studios that brought you.
Hey, what's going on, man?
Here's Bob Fescoe and Dusty Likens.
Back at it here on a Wednesday. It's 9 o'clock as we are now joined by Royals manager Matt Cotrero. Matt, how you doing today, my man?
Hey, good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Well, how are you?
Are you going to install an ice tub in that dugout so you can sit in it this week because it is so dang hot here?
You know what? I'll be honest. When I feel temperatures like this, it feels like baseball season. I mean, I've always had I don't know if it's an aversion or I just kind of find it humorous that heat in the summer and cold in the winter are big news stories. And like that's what baseball season is supposed to be, especially here. I mean, as a kid, I remember watching the Royals and Cardinals and all the steam coming up off the turf in the different stadiums. Like that's baseball season, and that's what it feels like.
So maybe a tough question for you, but if you had a vote, because I don't know who votes on this with the Royals organization, but if you had a vote for Player of the Month of June, Carter or Kaggs?
That's a great question, and I'll walk the line there, and maybe they can both get it. But I mean, I think if it was one guy, I mean, being a former catcher, I'm probably going to go with the catcher.
Yeah, I mean, 20-game hit streak seems like he's really kind of found his groove. I know tough night at the plate last night for Jack, but the month of June's been kind of his arrival. It's got to be great seeing the two young kids kind of go up there with a season that's not been great, but actually just going out there and just absolutely slashing and slugging.
Sure. I mean, you see guys, young players like that, and especially in Jack's case with very minimal minor league time, learning at the big league level against really good pitching every night. It's fun to see. And I mean, both of them, they work exceptionally hard. They prepare for every game. They hold themselves to a really high standard. And, you see not only what they're doing on the field, but when we see their maturation in the clubhouse behind the scenes, their processes and stuff, it's really fun to watch.
Q, it's now like July 1st, right? Yeah, I'm looking at my date. It's July 1 right now. Where you guys are in the standings, when do you start focusing more on these guys who are going to be part of the season moving forward, part of the team moving forward, as opposed to the day-to-day of this season?
No, we do both. I mean, guys are playing. You're talking. I'm assuming you're talking about the Jacks and Carters.
Well, yeah, Jack, Carter, all the young guys. Any young guy that you can get in there, maybe guys from the minor leagues. Like when does it turn from all right? This season's done from a record standpoint, but we still got plenty of time where we can start developing maybe some of these younger guys who can be part of what we want to do moving forward.
Well, I mean, with the injuries that we've had, you have guys up here from the minor leagues. You have Rave, you have Meisner, you have Tolbert's getting more playing time. But we're never going to turn the page from trying to win today's game. I mean, that's never going to happen. The record is what it is right now, but we're not going to ever turn away from trying to win today's game.
Right. Bobby seems like he's okay. Like he seems pretty healthy after watching that performance last night. Everything going good with that man?
Yeah, I mean, that was really a great job on our medical staff department. To keep him ready, without going on the IL. And Bobby obviously loves to play and was great communicating, understanding what, we didn't want to push him back in there, one day earlier, just to not have to have any risk of the long term. He's playing with a brace on, that he's getting used to. That, there probably was at the beginning a little bit of apprehension, but I think really what set his mind at ease was something small. The first game back in Chicago when he was DH and he flew out in his last at bat and he ran hard around first base. And I feel like he really felt like, okay, I can do this. And then the next day he scored from first on a double, on Carter's double. And I think at that point he really realized, like, okay, I'm all right. He still has the brace, it's not 100% healed, but it's to the point where he can play.
What about Vinny? Where are we on Vinny's status right now?
Yeah, Vinny's doing well. I was actually surprised at how quickly he's progressed. He's hitting off a machine already, with velo. He saw the doctor last night to evaluate the incision. The doctor was happy with that. So he's progressing. We're hopeful that he's in rehab games next week.
Maybe a tough question here, but with the way things have gone, especially over the last 6 games, I know getting outscored, 56-16 isn't always the greatest thing in the world. And maybe Junior Caminero is just from a different planet, it seems like. 5 home runs in 5 straight games. What do you think has been the thorn in the side for your squad right now with like the score differential and the way things have gone?
Yeah, I mean, the games that have been one-sided, when we haven't pitched, it's been lack of strike throwing, really. I mean, we've gotten behind guys. The 22 runs on Friday night, that's kind of an aberration. I mean, everything went against us that night. Every ball they hit found a hole. They hit homers early, and then it just got away from us late. But regardless, like a game like last night, obviously strike throwing was a big difference. Getting behind in the count, when being more, then you're more predictable when you are behind an account. And that's been more of what's happened in the few games that have gotten away from us.
Matt, how has your job changed from the beginning of the year to where you are now with that kind of that managerial style coming into the season? A lot of high expectations here. We know what the record is. How do you kind of manage now the rest of the year to make sure, hey, everybody's still showing up to the ballpark, they're doing their thing, we got to keep this thing together? How has your managerial style had to adjust and change through all this season?
Well, I mean, I don't think we have to worry about guys' effort level. These guys come in and prepare. I mean, they're going out there to perform every night at the highest level. They're not taking that for granted. I can guarantee you that. Guys want to go out there and put their best foot forward. Has it happened every night? No. And that's the disappointing part for them, for us, for the fans, for everybody. Nobody's happy about the results, but as far as what they do as a professional and come out to prepare, that doesn't change at all. For my style, that's communicate even more than before. Try to make everybody understand where they are, what the expectations are. Our coaching staff does a tremendous job of communicating, understanding what players need. Guys are beat up sometimes physically, mentally, and you have to reach them on their level.
With it now being July and the trade deadline is looming, maybe walk us through what's the message when you start hearing, guys on your team maybe being linked to another team in a trade deal, or maybe some guys, do they come into your office ever and say like, hey, I've been hearing some stuff about this. I kind of just want to know like what that process is like.
Yeah, that's an individual thing. I mean, guys, at different stages of their careers, different stages of their contracts, you have individual conversations. Some of that stuff that you'll hear is completely fabricated. Some of it might have legs, but that'll be on a one-to-one basis. I have not had someone come in directly and say, hey, I read this. Is this true? We try to get out in front of it if things are perking up a little bit, or whatever the right word is, to be honest and open with guys.
Yeah. Well, I will not be mad whatsoever if Junior Caminero walks every game the rest of your guys' matchup against him. He's a solid player, but hey, keep going on, keep fighting this heat, and we'll talk to you next Wednesday, Matt.
Okay, guys. Thank you. Have a good week.
Take care. Take care. That is Royals manager Matt Cottrero here on the show. Interesting. Individual conversations. Could you imagine, though, like say that you didn't think that you'd get traded and all of a sudden you're human?
You're human, yeah.
Right? And you're like all of a sudden, hey, Skip. Hey,
but what's interesting about that, like,
you're going
true? But they want you, like, it's another. You're not losing your job or anything like that.
It's a bittersweet feeling.
Yeah, it has to
because you're
be.
like, I like this team, I like the guys that I'm friends with, but damn, is it true the Yankees want me to play center field while they're getting injuries? Sit down, kid.
Yeah.
Like,
right, yeah.
Okay.
I don't know how I would react. I think it would be a fun conversation. Like, you have to look at the positive if you're a player. You don't look at it as this team doesn't want you anymore. You look at it as this new team wants me now.
And I think it also changes the player. Like, Lane Thomas probably knows 2027 he's not going to be a Kansas City Royal.
Right, yeah.
But Michael Garcia just signed a contract, and somebody might be like, hey, we're interested. You're Michael Garcia, and you're like, hey, Skip, like,
yeah,
didn't we just do this last year and extend? It's like, sit down, buddy, and shut the door. You know what I mean? So I always find that interesting. So I'm glad he gave us some clarity there. Coming up on the other side, Team USA tonight. We wrap ourselves in the flag on the other side here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City Sports.
Hey, it's Bobby Witt Jr., and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Royals baseball, 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. 96.5 The Fan.
Well, I'll tell you, my friends over at Aspen Lawn and Pest Control are the folks you need to call when you're looking to get your lawn looking awesome like we did. We needed our yard to be fixed in a major way. I'd never seen a yard this bad before. I was embarrassed by it. I was totally frustrated by it. I couldn't figure things out. And so I finally just decided, you know what? We're not doing this anymore. We're going to call the college-educated professionals over at Aspen Lawn and Pest Control. And they're going to come out and they're going to fix this mess. And they did just that. They didn't just fix our horrible lawn. They made it the best lawn on the block, to the point where everybody on the street's coming by and going, what'd you do? What'd you do? What'd you do? I said, you've seen that iconic blue truck out front before. You know that's Aspen Lawn and Pest Control doing doing an unbelievable job on our yard. And now they've also done an unbelievable job with the mosquito dome. They put it up, and we're able to sit outside all spring and summer long without getting eaten by mosquitoes, and the yard is safe of fleas and ticks, and our dog can go out there and run around all day as well. Right now, Aspen's going to give you a free estimate and up to half off your first application when you mention this ad. So visit them now at aspenlawn.com. That's aspenlawn.com.
Lawman, jungle law.
It's the Lawman. If you've been injured in a motor vehicle accident, call me ASAP, 816-816-9111. I recovered millions for my clients. Take it away.
The lawman gets results. Jungle law team. Call the lawman. Let the fight begin. The lawman gets results. Jungle law.
Come see me get roasted August 1st at 7 p.m. at the Uptown Theater. Go to junglelaw.com for details.
The choice of a lawyer shouldn't be based on advertisements.
Well, I'll tell you, my friends at QC Kinetics are saying, all right, it's July. It is time for you to get outside and enjoy the beautiful summer weather and stop worrying about all of that joint pain. You don't want to think about knee pain and elbow pain and back pain and hip pain when we're sitting here during summertime. You want to get outside and you want to enjoy everything that is going on because it's July and those days are long and the light hangs around forever. So it's now time to be outside, moving, playing, living. And I know some of you are just sitting it out. But you know what? Let's talk about QC Kinetics because they can help you get back to living life and living life in a great way. People who were stuck in that cycle of pain in their hips, knees, shoulders, and back, they're finally stepping out of it with regenerative treatments done right there in the office. No surgery, long recovery, or putting life on hold. Just real relief. The inflammation eases and the pain lets go. People are loving QC Kinetics, so it's time for you to go visit them yourself. Get a free consultation on the books. 816-412-6299. That's 816-412-6299. Off 435 in State Line and in Gladstone, 816-412-6299.
Honey, did you invite the minions over?
Well, you know how we talked about getting Wi-Fi from Xfinity?
Yeah.
I ordered it this morning, was online in minutes, then they showed up.
So they just came over to use the Wi-Fi? For what?
Better not to know.
Get online in minutes with same-day Wi-Fi from Xfinity. Plus, lock in your price for 5 years and see Minions and Monsters only in theaters. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Learn more at xfinity.com/same-day Wi-Fi.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
And Doug. Limu and I created a trick to help you remember that you can customize your car insurance and save with Liberty Mutual. You see, the shirts Limu and I wear are yellow, and yellow is the color of lemons. And lemons grow on trees, and trees provide oxygen, and oxygen helps us breathe, and breathing is how you live, and you can live more life when you save money by customizing your car insurance. I agree, Limu. It's really quite simple. Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
America is turning 250 this year, and Circus Sports is celebrating by offering all users in Missouri $250. Dane Hughes here, and for everyone in Missouri, all you have to do is deposit $250 on your Circus Sports app. Then play through that deposit. Once you do, Circus Sports will reward you with $250 right in your account. This is available for everyone in Missouri, new and existing users. Celebrate 250 years and find out more at circusports.com today. Must be 21 or older in Missouri. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey, what's up, flies? This is David Spade.
Dana Carvey.
Look, I know we never actually left, but I'll just say it. We are back with another season of Fly on the Wall.
Every episode, including ones with guests, will now be on video. Every Thursday, you'll hear us and see us chatting with big-name celebrities.
And every Monday, you're stuck with just me and Dana. We react to news, what's trending, viral clips.
Follow and listen to Fly on the Wall everywhere you get your podcasts.
Join 96.5 The Fan staff at the Peanut on State Line tonight with kickoff set for 7 o'clock.
Today, expect mostly sunny conditions with a high of 94.
Weather brought to you by Duke's Mayo. Welcome to Duke's Mayo Country, where the mayo is so smooth and creamy, it makes every bite better. Duke's Mayo. Look for the yellow lid.
Here's a World Soccer Championship recap.
Brought to you by Lowe's. Members get more at Lowe's. And by the first ever Infiniti QX65. Erling Haaland's late game winner propelled Norway to a 2-1 victory over Ivory Coast, sending Norway into the round of 16 for a showdown against Brazil. Ivory Coast didn't make it easy. They outshot Norway on the match and equalized in the 74th minute, setting the stage for a dramatic finish. I'm Mike Conti.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the DM Injury Law Studios. Mike's got this.
Car, truck, or motorcycle wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
816-888-7500. Mike's got this.
All right. USA. Let me ask something real quick. With tonight's game, when will you start tuning in? 6 o'clock? 6:30? 6:58?
What time does the game start?
7 p.m.
7 p.m.
Okay. I just didn't know if you'd want to hear any of the...
I'm not a big pregame guy.
You know who I really don't like? Lexi Lawless.
Oh, he sucks. Nobody likes him. Yeah.
It's so funny to me when they do that pregame show, and I forget what her name is. She's great.
She's great. I love her.
And she's like, here's Thierry Henry, one of the most, all
the
these
way
accolades.
she says Kansas City, man, I love it.
And then she'll go, Zlatan Ibrahimovic, Sweden's all-time goal scorer, and then a member of once the U.S. team, Lexi Lawless. And I'm like, oh. Because Clint Dempsey's okay.
He's all right.
He's growing on me. I'm not a huge Landon Donovan fan, but it kind of made me think, like, is Lexi Lawless our voice for Team USA?
I don't think so.
Who is?
I don't think we have a true voice, right? I don't know who that answer is. I don't know what the right mode would be, but it's definitely not Alexei Lawless. I mean, that guy, he's just mean. He's bitter. And he's nasty on TV.
He's always negative.
Yeah, everything's negative with that guy. Everything is negative with that guy. Like, we'll win tonight 3-1 or something. Well, it should have been 4-1 if you just look at the formations. That's where he goes all the time. And I know, like, he's not well liked, I don't think, by a lot of people. And he continues to have that job. But I mean, I guess people tune in to watch that stuff. But for me, I'm just not a pregame guy. Like for NFL, 12:02, I turn the TV on Sundays.
Okay. That delay.
No, 12:02 is kickoff. You look around the league, every kickoff's like 12:02. So that's when I flip it on,
I just didn't know because I know there's a lot of people that want to hear what they're going to say about Team USA. I know there's a lot of people that, like, when the game's in Kansas City, you want to hear what they're going to say about your town. But I find it interesting to, like, know when people, especially with a sport that's not maybe the most popular in the United States, but, man, when the United States is here, like, at this level in the World Cup where, like, now you've taken everything from before from group stage, like, the cupcake days are over.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're at the adult table, and it's like, okay, do you want to stay at this table, or do you want to just be like, how the hell did that guy get invited?
Yeah,
and I think that's where you're kind of at. And I don't know where everybody's opinion is at with the team of the United States. If like you expected them to be at this point, or you're expecting them to get further than this point.
I think if you make it the knockout stage and you're in the 32 for Team USA that has never really had a lot of international soccer success, I think this is a good step, but I know where the fan base's expectations are. They want more, and they expect more. They expect, I would think, at least a win tonight and potentially a win next Tuesday or whenever they're going to play again to get down to that Elite Eight. And I think that is a fair expectation for the fan base to have. And also, too, guys, I feel like it really is the first time that as a country we've had expectations for our men's World Cup team. The women play, we go in and go, no, yeah, they're going to win the Cup. They're going to win. We expect. We expect our dream team to win in basketball, right? We expect our baseball team to win when we play the World Baseball Classic. Those are the expectations. We've never had really expectations for our men's soccer team. This year, we've got expectations. Probably not to win it all, but at least get to that final 16 or potentially the final 8 that are left.
I think a win tonight and the USA moves away from this tournament satisfied with the progress they've made, considering where they were 4 years ago. Mm-hmm. Even sooner, less far away than that. It was dark for the USA men's national team. A win in the round of 16 against probably Belgium, I think you're happy with this tournament's results. No way, shape, or form does anyone expect them to beat Spain in the round of 8. Like if that happened, it would be all of a sudden. Bob, you said earlier, are they a world powerhouse? Like we're moving forward after this thing. If they're in the semifinals, saying they better be. No, a win tonight. I think you're moving in the right direction. A win against Belgium, and maybe we're starting to think about soccer 4 years from now a little bit differently in this country.
Yeah, absolutely. And you hope it carries over. I don't know that it will. This excitement, it won't carry over to the MLS, I'm sure, because it's just that league is what, 6th or 7th best when you look at it in the world. So I don't know that we're ever going to get that. But I hope, going forward, we see on the regular, if you will, every World Cup, the celebrations like we're seeing now and the watch parties like we're seeing now for Team USA, because those watch parties and that kind of fun comes with expectation. You don't get out there and gather and watch a game for a team that's going to go 6-11. You're not going to do that. But when you have a team that has expectations, people want to gather, be part of it, watch these games, get excited about these games. And so the further that they can go in this World Cup that's being played here in the United States, where we're all paying attention and watch it, it's the greatest commercial that Team USA could potentially have. And their product needs to deliver on that.
I think it's also interesting that, maybe this is more linked to the conversation, but I think it's also interesting when you look at time and place. Like when you see results, you immediately change your expectations.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't know what really everyone expected in 2018 when Mahomes went under center as the future of your quarterback.
The team expected a 500 season. That was their expectation.
And the first 2 weeks, you immediately were like, all right. This team might have what it takes to get to the Super Bowl. I mean, immediately, 2 weeks, 10 touchdowns, 1,000 yards, 2 wins. Beat the Chargers, beat the Steelers. All of a sudden, it's like, okay, this team might have what it takes. It took 2 weeks. It took 3 games to all of a sudden be like, maybe this is the golden era of the United States soccer. I think you could also throw in the fact that where we are right now in the time of the season, the 4th of July is on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
And the United States is still playing in the World Cup. And the World Cup is in the United States. And one of those games, I believe, one of the games is going to be played Saturday in Philadelphia on the 4th of July. And it's not going to involve the USA team, but I think it's just interesting that expectations are changing.
Mm-hmm.
And the red, white, and blue is showing through and through because of not only the holiday, but if you go into Saturday of the 250 anniversary and the United States is still playing the World Cup and the World Cup is still in the United States, there will be people at your parties that you go to that will be like, do you have a TV outside to put the World Cup on? Why do you care? Why do you watch the March Madness tournament? Because your team is in it.
Your team's in it.
Your team wins the first weekend. You get into the next weekend. You're watching other teams that you don't give a rip about.
That's right.
Because your team is still involved, and there's a chance that maybe other teams that are playing, you might play them next. So you want to get a little scout report. And I think that's kind of where tonight really starts. Because if they do go out tonight and beat Bosnia, let's say they win 3-1, there's going to be even more expectations if they do play in the next round against a team like Belgium.
Yeah.
Who is a powerhouse.
And then you mentioned the spread earlier, and that's how you really know what people are thinking and how big the wide margin of victory should be.
It's now up to minus 275.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. 275 for Team USA. That's the second best odds of the day. There's only a couple of games being played, obviously, but England is minus 325, and they're playing against the Congo, and they're plus 1,100 on the day. Mm-hmm. And then you look at Team USA, minus 275. Bosnia-Herzegovina plus 700 on the day. And then you got Belgium and Senegal, the middle game, and it's, plus 250 and plus 110. So, nobody has, negative money in that game. And it's just, Team USA is about the same favorite as Spain is tomorrow against Austria, Dusty. They're minus 300 against Austria tomorrow. Team USA is minus 275. And so that tells you Vegas and whoever puts the odds together are looking at Team USA today and Team Spain tomorrow and their opponents and saying both teams should win by a comfortable margin, a very comfortable margin.
Did you consider Brett for Miller?
Did Will Chamberlain or Danny Manning, have they reached out to Wiggins?
You think I'm a damn fool? And also just wanted to double check that Dan Kilgore is going to practice today. I'm sick and tired of all this bullshit.
Coach, we appreciate the time. Thanks for joining us.
I apologize. The World Cup is in North America.
Oh.
Oh, and also Belgium is not a powerhouse. Okay.
The Netherlands, they were a top 10 team in the world.
Yeah. but Belgium is not the Netherlands. Belgium is a team playing Senegal today.
Oh, okay.
But they're not.
My bad.
They're not a powerhouse, but they have not lived up to expectations in the past. I believe they were heavy favorites to make at least, I don't know, the Final Four 4 years ago, and they did not live up to those expectations. But sorry, North America. I apologize.
Dusty, what countries are what countries are North America comprised of?
United States.
Oh,
I thought. I don't know. Okay. I apologize. But no, I think that tonight is fun because A, you're still playing. B, you didn't just like survive your group; you won your group stage. Like you got to have a bye week in in the third game of the group play.
You did.
So I think that's interesting. But again, I think that when you look at what tonight means, like I'm interested on the text line 913-586-7965. What are your expectations? Are your expectations to have a good game? Are your expectations to win this game? Is your expectation to see maybe like, I don't know. I will say this. I don't want to see PKs.
Oh, I definitely don't want to see PKs. I'll be a nervous wreck with PKs. Those suck. I mean, as fun as it is to watch, you don't want it to be your team.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you're right. They're fun until they're not.
Until they're your team. Yeah.
Right. I don't think I want to see that at all. But
no.
The other thing I'm interested in, and I know this is maybe not the sport that we'll see, because I saw Martha Stewart was at.
Yeah, I saw her last night too. Looking good.
I think she's tenacious. Do you think stars show up tonight?
Yeah, it's in San Francisco.
Yeah,
right. So I do. I think this is now you're starting to now get into the who's who, unless they're all at the wedding. I don't know how that's.
Well, they still have a couple days till that starts.
That is true, but no. I think the stars probably do start to show up to this kind of stuff because stars show up to regular NFL games, right? We see that all the time. Stars show up to regular basketball games. We see that all the time. Stars show up to college games. We see that all the time. This is the time for the stars to come out. This is the time to go out there and be, seen, I guess, because this is Team USA. This is the World Cup. It is in the United States of America. So, yeah, I think any chance a star gets to show up to this one, you want to be going to this event.
People think that Senegal is going to win against Belgium. Bosnia is a very tall team, so set pieces will be important to defend. That's what I love to know is, what is... I'm not a soccer expert. I know formations because I played FIFA and, I know where all these things are. But again, like, we go back to what we saw on Monday, man. Like, Germany lost and the Netherlands lost. Like, both those teams were heavily favored in their matchups. Maybe not heavily favored. I think Netherlands and, Morocco, it was a little bit closer than we think. But I'm interested to know, like, what celebrities show up to this game being in Santa Clara. What type of team do we see? Because group stage, you're always promised tomorrow until, like, obviously if you lose, the two games and you're out. But like this game, there is no tomorrow. Someone on the text line says that that Mahomes will definitely be there tonight.
Well, why would he definitely be there?
I don't know.
Do we know that? Is that like
I know
fact?
he's a big footy fan. Obviously, his wife in the Current and him with the Sporting KC.
But the game's in San Francisco. Why would he definitely be there tonight?
I don't know.
I don't know about that one.
I would assume that if I would put a definite on there, I would say Kittle's definitely there. Seems like his atmosphere, USA, San Francisco, like party atmosphere. I feel like
I would think. So you were thinking like who was going to be there? I immediately go, Kittle's got to be there. Got to be there. McCaffrey's got to be there.
I would assume so. Like if we're going,
Mac Jones is dancing.
Yeah. Because we've seen certain. I think like Sabrina Carpenter was at a game. Olivia Rodrigo was at the France game yesterday. Martha Stewart showing up. And I always know that like we tend to be later rivals to things because we don't know what this team can be. Like Team USA in basketball, you mentioned earlier, every year they're expected to win the whole thing when they're in the Olympics.
You mean later rivals of people buying into this team?
Right.
Absolutely. The later it goes, the more we're alive, the cooler it gets, the more, people will show up for that kind of stuff.
Isn't Patrick Mahomes, it's not confirmed, isn't he possibly in a wedding that's taking place here in a day or two as well?
Private jet.
Yeah, he does have the PJ life.
But if you're in the wedding and you've got, rehearsal. I mean, it's probably walkthroughs upon walkthroughs for this thing.
Who knows? Yeah, that's why I'm like whoever said Patrick Mahomes will definitely be there. Like on the scale of things, he's not a celebrity.
Well, someone says he's currently on vacation in California.
Oh, well, I know he's on vacation. I've seen some pictures with the family on vacation. I think they're at Disney. Yeah, he took the kids to Disney World or Disneyland, I guess, out there.
You know how to remember that, right?
Yeah, L.A. and W.O. Yeah, or whatever it was. Yeah,
I learned that last year. 37 years old in my life.
I never heard of that until you told me the other day, and I'm like, I always remembered land and world where they were, just because I just remembered that. But but Mahomes is out there right now at Disneyland, and so
he's a sick week. Disneyland, World Cup, Travis Taylor wedding.
Right. Jeez. How cool of a week would that be if you find a better week than that? Well, take Disneyland. No, I'm kidding, but Disneyland
with the kids. Yeah.
Watching your kids enjoy Disneyland is nothing. There's nothing better. Nothing better than watching your children experience Disneyland when they're little. It's so worth it.
I wish I understood the value of $1 because I think there's nothing worse or nothing worth it more than to see like my parents' face when they had to pay the admissions to get in.
The money that we spent on Disney World last year, or not last year, in 2015, the Royals won the World Championship. We went to Disney World that year. I looked at it again, or Jen looked at it again to do the exact same trip, double the cost of what we paid, 12 years ago to go, or 11 years ago to do that. It's insanely expensive. Disney World is one of the most expensive vacations that is out there. And I was like that. I was like, oh, it's so expensive. And then you watch the week at Disney. They take care of everything. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to think. They're just constantly taking you places on buses. You've got your food. All this stuff is, and the kids have the best time. I'm like, I get it.
It's worth it.
10 years ago.
This comes from the 913 at Dusty. Fun fact, both Disney parks are in Orange counties.
Oh, my goodness. Really? Orlando is Orange County? Because my grandmother lived close to Disney World, and she lived in Orange City Hills, Florida. And I that's interesting. I don't know if that's true or not, that the Florida one is in Orange County.
This comes from our buddy Aussie. Start bench cut. Disney, World Cup, Taylor Travis's wedding.
Taylor Travis's wedding, I'll start. I'll bench the World Cup, and I'll cut Disney.
I'll start the World Cup, bench the wedding. Yeah, I'm cutting Disney. Orange City Hills, Florida. It looks like it's in Orange County. It's right outside of Orlando.
Yeah, and it is. Yeah, Orange City Hills, Florida is right outside there. And that's what I'm looking at now. Orlando, Florida is primarily located in Orange County. And also a little bit in Osceola County, including areas like the Disney Resort Corridor is in Osceola County. So
the cheese?
Yeah. So we got kind of, I'm not going to get into the semantics there. If you want to say both are in Orange County, I'm with that, man.
Hoots Hollow's not in Pleasant Hill. It's in Harrisonville.
Exactly.
When I call. Somebody says on the ticket, it's cheaper to visit Disney World in Japan as an American than it is to visit Disney World in Florida.
Now, I've heard many stories about that where people have done the overseas Disney, like Disney Paris. I think there was one. I've heard that about Disney Paris as well. It is cheaper to go overseas and do it than it is to do it here. But then you don't get the real Disney World. You're the original, right? You want the real Disney World. You want the real Mickey Mouse, not some guy over there doing it differently.
Somebody goes, it's a shame we took our son when he was the only child 5 years ago. Now we have 4 kids, and I don't think we'll ever be able to go back.
And no, I don't think you're going to be able to afford it. I mean, it's insanely expensive for families. Like it breaks my heart to look at the prices of Disney. I look at it with Jen. I'm like, we're not going back there.
Somebody says, come on, Bob. Disney World's absolutely worth it if you do it cost effectively. My wife and I go with our 2 daughters every 2 or 3 years, and it usually costs us about $6,000 for the week.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
$6,000 cost effective.
Yeah, I think that's a lot.
Congratulations.
Yeah. I mean, if that's cost effective, I hate to see it when it's, that tells you how expensive Disney is.
If you'd like, you can Venmo me $1,000 for my cost-effective trip to the Gulf Shores in a week. But
my God, cost-effective at $6,000. That's where we are, though, guys. And that's nothing against the texter, but that's just where we are in life now, where we've been conditioned to think $6,000 is a cost-effective way to do Disney. But he's probably right about it, because if you do it the other ways, you're probably looking $10,000 to $12,000 for that week in Disney World.
So you guys would both comfortably say you expect to win tonight?
Absolutely, yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. If they don't win tonight, then we're having some serious conversations. I mean,
about
what do you do? And I don't know the answer to that because I don't know enough about soccer. I don't even know who the manager of Team USA is for this time around. It's changed so much recently. But no, I don't know. I think if you lose today, it's a big upset. I do. I think it's a major upset if you lose this game today.
I just hope the upsets are out of the way.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I don't want us to be part of that.
And then that's the other thing. There's been a lot of them, Dusty. Like, this is the World Cup of upsets, I think. People are going to remember it as.
Yeah. I just win tonight, and then I'm satisfied. And I don't know if that's loser mentality, but get into the round of 16, and I am totally happy with that.
Mm-hmm. I think you win tonight, you're playing with house money moving forward. That's just the way that I'd look at it. And again, I'm not a soccer head. I don't know. There's probably somebody out there screaming at me and go, no, we're not on house money until we get to the Elite Eight. And that's fine. Maybe I don't know that. But I feel like where we have always been on the world stage in soccer has always been at the bottom. We've always been down low. And if we win tonight, that means we're one of the 16 best soccer teams in the world for a country that really hasn't adopted soccer as our national sport, obviously, like everybody else has. I think that's a win. And then if you win next week and you're one of the top 8 teams in the world, hell yeah, man. Now you're even better than we thought. But I think a win tonight changes perception for everybody with Team USA.
Bob, the manager, is obviously Russell Crowe. From the 816. Nah, if we win tonight, it's house money, man. I totally agree. Yeah. I'm with you, 816. You win tonight, it's like, all right, cool. We did it. Like, I feel like, maybe I'm wrong here. I feel, and this is not a shot at the Missouri Tigers basketball, organization. I feel like if they win tonight, it would be like the Missouri Tigers making the Sweet 16 in a March Madness tournament.
Yeah, so somebody said we like Missouri making the Elite Eight or something like that.
Elite Eight's a little bit of a stretch for like Mizzou basketball because that means you're going to be in contention with like the Dukes, the Carolina, like the big, money teams.
Right.
Whereas like I think if like you win tonight, it's like, okay, like can they continue to carry this momentum because now they have like nothing to lose. At least that's my opinion of if they win tonight. So Dusty, be careful eating oysters down in the Gulf Shores. I won't eat them. I think I got burnt out on oysters in New Orleans.
And that was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Wow.
They were good. They were all right. They were fine. But they were, I don't know, man. I think I'm out, especially after hearing what Anthony Bourdain had to say about oysters. I'm dead on that. Hey, there is ways to make money. It's just you have to get lucky. Here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
Fescoe and Dusty.
Every Hardee's is closed.
Well, that sucks.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. 96.5 The Fan.
Well, here we sit. We got a big holiday weekend coming up, and I know what you're going to be doing. Just like us, you're going to be running to Hy-Vee and making sure you've got everything you need for your holiday cookouts. Whether you're in charge of bringing a side item, the main course, dessert, Hy-Vee has you covered with everything. And, of course, they got a great liquor department as well, so you can go over there, get your beer, get your cocktails, whatever you need is always found at Hy-Vee. Now, you're thinking to yourself, Bob, I'm very busy. I got a swim meet tonight. I've got the soccer game tonight. I got work. I can't get to Hy-Vee. What am I going to do? Well, here's what you're going to do. You're going to sign up for that Perks Plus membership because they've got so many added benefits with Perks Plus, and that means even getting your groceries delivered to you at home, which is free with that Perks Plus membership. As much as I love going to Hy-Vee, sometimes we have to order online as well and have it delivered because we're so busy, and they do an unbelievable job. Just download the app or go to Hy-Vee.com and choose your store. Select all your items, and then Hy-Vee will go out there and do all the shopping for you. Then you can pick it up at the store or have it delivered to your home. And like I said, it's free with that Perks Plus membership. So get your Perks Plus membership now. Save time, save money. What could be better? Only at Hy-Vee.
Liberty Mutual customizes your car and home insurance. And now we're customizing this rush hour ad to keep you calm, which could help your driving. And science says therapy is great for a healthy mindset. So enjoy this 14-second session on us. I think you've done everything right and absolutely nothing wrong. In fact, anything that hasn't gone your way could probably be blamed on your father not being emotionally available because his father wasn't emotionally available, and so on. And now that you're calm and healing, you're probably driving better too.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Well, I'll tell you what, over at Golden Oak Lending, they're looking for ways to save you money. They're looking for ways to make you take some stress off your plate, and that's what they've done for us for over the last decade. We called Golden Oak about 11 years ago and said, hey, I want to take your free mortgage checkup, and we did just that. It was free, risk-free, no paperwork, no credit card required, just a phone conversation with Golden Oak Lending. And when we called Golden Oak Lending, they listened to us. They said, what do you guys want to do? And we told them all about our financial life and where we were and what we wanted to try to accomplish. And then they went to work. They found a great mortgage for us. And the best part about Golden Oak Lending is every 6 months, they're checking up on your mortgage to make sure you got the lowest rates available out there in the market today. And so it all starts with you with Golden Oak Lending. Take that free mortgage checkup, risk-free, no paperwork, no credit card required, just a phone conversation about how much money you can save. The average Golden Oak customer saves over $1,100 per month, and you'll go 2 months without having to make a mortgage payment. So call them today and take that free mortgage checkup. 913-890-GOLD. That's 913-890-GOLD, and let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
Have you been diagnosed with head or neck cancer? At Kansas City Proton Institute, we're delivering the future of cancer care with state-of-the-art proton therapy right here in KC. Proton therapy means increased precision, reducing side effects like dry mouth, difficulty swallowing, and the loss of taste as compared to conventional radiation. If you've been diagnosed, don't wait. Get your second opinion today and see KC's largest, most experienced proton therapy team. Visit kcpi.com. Kansas City Proton Institute, where you see the best in KC.
Fresh paint inside, fresh flowers outside. Summer at your house is looking good. During July 4th deals at Lowe's, buy one, get one free. Select interior paint via mail-in rebate. Plus, get 2 1.5-gallon red, white, and blue annual hanging baskets for just $15. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 7/8. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. See store at Lowe's.com for details and requirements. Excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
See website for details. BillsHappen.com is not a lender. It does not make credit decisions. Must be 18 years old. Not available in all states.
Honey, everything is so expensive, and our bills are piling up.
You're telling me credit cards are maxed out, rent is due, and the car payment's right around the corner? We need some extra cash.
We should do what my friend from work did. She went to BillsHappen.com and got the money she needed the next day.
Our credit is not great. Are you sure that would work for us?
BillsHappen.com is one of the largest personal loan networks. They can help people with all credit types get up to $5,000.
Sounds like it's going to be a hassle.
My friend said it was super easy. She did it right from her phone during her lunch break.
If you have a regular source of income, you can be approved for a loan for up to $5,000, and your cash can hit your bank account the next day. BillsHappen.com's lenders have millions of dollars to lend, regardless of your credit history.
Guess what? I went to BillsHappen.com, and we're getting our money tomorrow.
Wow, that's fast. Problem solved.
If you need extra cash, go to BillsHappen.com. That's BillsHappen.com. BillsHappen.com.
Vehicle safety starts underneath. That's why the pros choose Napa for undercar solutions that stop safety issues before they become costly problems. Go further with complete repairs that restore stopping, steering, and stability. Then grow your business through trust and repeat visits. With premium rotors, pads, struts, and wheel hub assemblies, Napa has everything you need to keep undercar under control. That's Napa know-how.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Here's a World Soccer Championship preview.
Brought to you by Lowe's. Members get more at Lowe's. Then by the first ever Infiniti QX65. The United States tries to do two things they haven't done at a World Cup in 24 years. Win a knockout round match and beat an opponent from Europe. An athletic and physical side from Bosnia and Herzegovina is their test in Santa Clara. The United States should be fresh and well rested. Many of their key players haven't played in 12 days. I'm Mike Conti.
We can have a little bit of fun. If USA Soccer, this comes from 913.
All right.
If USA Soccer loses tonight, extend the manager, keep the GM and front office the same for the next 20 years. CC the Royals. Gosh,
dude,
dog
you get
it.
the rest of the summer, man.
Gosh, dog it, man. Come on.
I think it's great.
Hope the goalie's not left-handed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are there analytics that this goalie can't play against left-handed kickers?
So last night, not that anybody watches like I do, but obviously tuned in. The Royals were facing a guy named Cam Boozer, not to be confused with the the third overall pick in the NBA draft. Cameron Boozer, Booser. This guy's story is wild.
Okay.
And Lefevre explained it last night on the air. This guy was in college and then had Tommy John surgery.
Okay.
And then transferred to like 2 different schools that were like minor schools to kind of get his career going.
Okay.
And then he was drafted and never made it to the big leagues and said, "The hell with it, I'm done." So then he went and started coaching baseball and installing ceiling tiles. And then he realized when he was still in BP as a pitching or like as a coach that he could still kind of hum it, kind of like that story that you see in the Dennis Quaid movie of The Rookie.
Yeah.
And so then he goes back and starts playing in like independent leagues. Well, then he gets picked up by a team, makes his major league debut at 31, gets in a car wreck and breaks his back. And now he's pitching still in the major leagues. Wow. I mean, it's just baseball, man. These stories are so crazy. And of course, Huddy goes, "Hey, you're left-handed. You could throw it 90. Somebody will find you."
Yeah.
And it's like, it's kind of true.
Yeah.
But speaking of somebody that throws it 90 and the way to make money, the baseball card industry obviously is crazy. I just saw a story of a Florida guy who took $40,000 to remodel a bathroom and spent it all on cards. Yeah.
Wait, whoa. Did he go get a bank loan or like a second mortgage?
A family paid this contractor like $40,000 and he went and spent money on baseball cards.
Instead of doing the construction.
That's right.
For somebody else's house that you were paid to do the job. Instead of buying the materials and doing all that, you just went and bought cards?
Probably because he saw the news from Backyard Breaks yesterday on all forms of social media. Shohei Ohtani's one-of-one rookie superfractor from the 2018 Topps Chrome just sold yesterday for $2.5 million at an auction. It becomes the second most expensive Ohtani card ever publicly sold. The keynote is second most expensive Ohtani card. He has one that was for $3 million, one that's gone for $2.5 million, and one that's gone for $1.9 million. You thought Charlie Bucket got a golden ticket when he found that, in the sewer with the money and then went and bought a bar and then ran home and, obviously got interrupted by Slugworth. But again, imagine opening up a pack of cards and that happens. Or imagine buying that card and explain to somebody hey, I got to spend $30,000 on this card. Give it 5 years. We'll be millionaires times 2.5.
Or imagine opening that pack and not realizing what you had and then giving it to somebody else.
That's fair.
I mean that's the thing I think with a lot of people. Maybe you don't know what you're opening, and you don't see something that could be really worthwhile. You miss it. You're not thinking. Maybe you just don't know. I can't imagine being that guy who opens a pack and doesn't realize he has something good and then gives it away. And you're like, oh yeah, that was a $50,000 card that you just gave away, bro.
It is tough because then let's say Ohtani doesn't make it or doesn't have the career that he has. Then all of a sudden you're like, oh, well, cool. Yeah. Now, again, one-of-ones and superfractors will always be a high-priced item. Like you get one of those, like I got a prospect one-of-one. It was a $4,000 card. No idea who the guy is. No idea if he'll ever make it. PJ Milando, he's a Marlins prospect, right? Maybe
is he part of this 20-6 run?
He's not, but he is one of their top prospects or one of their prospects, and some body out there will collect one-of-ones, and then, if they buy it for $4,000 and then they flip it again in 5 years for $20,000, obviously they make a $16,000 net profit.
Yeah.
So it's always kind of interesting with the game of cards, and that's why I think that, stories like these, we talked about Jordan Spieth, talking about gambling, like what it's caused with fans. This is why you're seeing grown-ass people go out there, because some kids will just collect any card they can.
Yeah.
Like, my buddy who's got a kid who I'll just give him every card that I have that I didn't end up keeping, and he's got, a binder stacked this high. A, he doesn't have to buy them, and 2, he can collect them because he's in love with the stars of the game and has their card.
But you're helping that kid learn the game too.
It's very fair. And I mean,
it's huge.
And you also, it helps me learn the game because then I look into it and I'm watching the drafts and I'm watching all these things sort of happen.
Yeah.
And, you want to see that. And, there's a lot of people out there that probably held on to, CAG's cards. And then they see this month of June. They're like, all right, is this the guy that we were promised? If so, all right, stash these, because that is the biggest part of the card industry is like, do you hold, do you sell? Do you,
Yeah, sure. It's like a stock, right?
Correct.
Do you want to hold it? Do you want to keep this thing going, or do you want to sell it now and cash out and take your money? And, you get that greed, I think, sometimes that takes over, too. You're like, man, I could double my money, but I could wait it out. Maybe I can triple my money. And then it goes down to nothing, and then you screwed yourself. So I think it'll be real interesting to see how long the card game really does have this kind of these heights, because it is in the prime right now. I don't want it to get to where I was a kid, where Dusty, ultimately the market just got oversaturated and everything was a 2-cent common and nobody cared anymore, right?
Right.
But now we're on to the other side of things where it's almost too expensive for kids to get into the card industry. And baseball should find a way, and maybe there is, to have affordable cards for the kids so they can get into baseball like I did back in the day. And really, card collecting was the way I knew everybody in baseball, because you collected cards. You're constantly looking at those trading cards and learning who the people were, and it was good for the sport. And so maybe baseball can find a way to get some sort of affordable realm of cards for the kids that can go out there and they can collect them and learn the game just like we did back in the day.
So this is the story. St. Augustine contractor accused of stealing $40,000 from couple spent much on baseball cards. The sheriff's office identified the suspect as 43-year-old Michael Schuher, owner of Sunshine State Contractor Services, LLC. According to the investigators, the couple wired $40,000 in December of 25 after signing a general service agreement that called for the work to be finished within 3 months. He showed up once, removed and painted a single wall, and did not return. The couple's calls and texts were unanswered, and certified letter demanding a refund was ignored, officials said. The Sheriff Office General Assignment Unit opened up an investigation after the victims reported the incident in April. Bank records showed roughly $11,500 in cash and debt withdrawals and more than $33,500 in Zelle payments soon after the wire transfer. Investigators say none of the money was spent on materials for the homeowner's job. Yeah. And that baseball cards were bought. Reportedly, most of the money was bought and signed on signed baseball cards. Well,
I hope he made some money because he's got to finish that house.
Yeah, that's a mean thing. Somebody on the text line says, I want to know how big the effing bathroom is. Go do something nice for somebody you never know. Change their day, their week, their month, their year. It's simply cool to care. Kansas City, stay kind, stay safe, stay groovy. Come join us at the Peanut on State Line tonight. USA at 7 o'clock. Coming up next, it's Cody Golden Drew from 10 to 2. We'll talk to you tomorrow on a Thursday.
You're listening to Bob Fescoe.
I'm surprised nobody punched him in the jaw yet.
And Dusty Likens.
He's a hoe, and I want that known.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. Your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5 The Fan.
Hey, it's Dusty Likens. The world's game at BetMGM is here. Bet on the soccer showdowns with 2 up early payout so that if you're up 2, BetMGM will pay you. That's right. Let's say you put your money on Leo Messi in Argentina. They go up too early in the first half. Well, BetMGM will pay you. That's right. Place a pre-game straight match result bet on any tournament game. If at any point your team is up by 2 goals, you will instantly win your bet. Then enjoy BetMGM's same-game parlays, daily promotions, player props, and so much more for the world's game. You like Ronaldo in Portugal. You like Harry Kane in England. Whoever it may be, don't miss your shot at an early win with 2 up early payout to get paid out if at any point your team is up by 2 goals. Regardless of the final outcome of the match, make it a tournament to remember with BetMGM. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 and older only. Missouri only. New and existing customer offer.